Everybody, welcome back once again to the crew of the Gloved Molotov playing some stars without number. There's oh so many of them. We are going to be doing some crazy heist shenanigans. We do not have a Nick for a little while. He's having he is alleviating some head weight by means of a haircut. Ooh, looking sharp. Yeah, I was going to say.
Spiffy. Luckily, got a job the other day, so I was like, I need to look decent. So
congrats.
Oh, congrats.
Well done.
Oh, wow, you are looking sharp. I have spent 5 seconds noticing everyone's faces because I've been too busy to do so before now.
Figured as much. You were doing other things, actually setting us up to like run the game. So
yes.
Yeah,
being productive. That's a thing I have not done all day. So
we are profoundly grateful to you for that. Speaking of the game, shall we?
Sure. I'm a little nervous. I'm almost too nervous.
Okay. Well, when last we saw the crew of the Gloved Molotov, they had made some new friends. Well, rather one interesting friend in particular, a man called Anton, who represented the SIrtis Partnership. He found them in dire straits, saw something in them that could be useful, and basically got them out of trouble with the local QP law for blowing up the side of a space elevator. Lucky.
Talking about. Hey, it was a team effort. Thank you very much.
Yes. Pim through, you blew.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You can't prove that I was there.
Yes. Which is why you had to get bailed out. But now, you have found yourself in a different kind of situation where you've been hired to perform some corporate espionage and sabotage for the SIrtis Partnership. You need to infiltrate and render not functional the Bodman Alliance space station. Now, most of you have found ways onto the station in some capacity. Darius has managed to secure a meeting in what is now 1 day's time aboard the station, under the guise of there being a very dangerous, a potentially dangerous piece of malware hiding in their system. He was also able to weasel his way into having Lockie accompany him as his personal muscle. Meanwhile, with the help of Anton, Catalina and brother Dmitri have found their own path onto the station by masquerading as maintenance workers. Oh yes, I should also say, in this plan, Pim is going to be riding shotgun in Lockie's armor. So that is almost the entire party. Dr. Charles took a very Alfdis approach to try to gain access to this facility, since they have recently been researching pretext spike drives, and he has some first-hand experience with pretext spike drives. He basically just sends them his resume and hope for the best. Which is just like, it's such a Dr. Charles thing to do. I couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah. I'm going to write a letter, a very angry letter.
You should hire me. Post haste. I have things to do on your station. I'm sorry, what? And so now we have had one day passed in your preparation. You've got some Catalina and Dmitri have acquired uniforms and passes to gain access. All they have to do in 1 day's time is remove 2 other maintenance workers and replace them.
So there's 2 options for that. We either drug them, make them like not actually physically able, or we just convince them we're going to go and do their work for them.
Yes, that is how it works. Businesses let you go and do their work for them.
Mm-hmm. Especially on highly secure facilities.
No, I mean like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That we're employees.
Well, actually, the intention was to try and get an email to them that they, or some sort of notification to them that they didn't need to come into work that day.
Yeah, I just realized I should probably have some people to be them. So hang on a second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that rolling up a character?
I'm not rolling up a character. I am acquiring assets to be them on the map. Should
You
it
just have to
come
ask
up?
their name.
I
We
know their
already have
names.
their names.
Is their name alone enough to contact them on a compad?
We could probably find their contact information on the equivalent of LinkedIn
I mean,
or Facebook.
basically, yes. Like with your skills, Darius, at this stage, yes. Okay, so it is time for the equivalent of the Dawn Chorus to ring out across the inside of the Gloved Molotov. It is the 1st of August of the year 3200, and the crew have some things to do
Some
prior
things to do. You mean news to listen to?
Yes.
What was my current during my sleep? What was my nightmares like?
Your nightmares. I would say your sleep. I mean, you. Yes. Considering that you are now on a slow release dose of regalia, your dreams were probably like the equivalent of trying to listen to somebody underwater. In fact, your dreams probably looked like you were underwater. So everything was kind of a bit like floaty and out of focus. People, objects, and things moved very slowly, but you basically spent your entire night's sleep observing a very angry scene of people having a very heated, loud conversation with each other and feeling at fault, but not being able to do anything about it.
I will gain my 3 hit points, 4 hit points back now.
Yeah, and I'll take a system strain.
System strain can go off.
Yep.
I'm almost at max health.
Oh
I've still
boy!
got 1 point of system strain over permanent.
That's okay. You're working on it. So, Catalina, just because the news is also pertinent to Nick, I'm not gonna drop it right off the bat because I think he should be here too. I hope you understand.
You can wait an extra 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna be here soon, right?
She's going
She's
to
like,
reach through the
No
computer and tell someone.
comment.
No, God. Give me news, she says.
Fine, do I get letters from my family back yet?
Not yet.
Damn it. I'm gonna put a jump on. Be right back.
Okay.
I'm at dawn of morning. I'm going to go and knock on Charles's door.
Okay.
You sort of hear me mumble,
Can I come in, doctor?
And I sort of like flick my hand out and sort of like telekinetically just like slap the button.
Oh, here we go.
There's Nick.
There's people. They're waiting on you because they want. Alice wants to hear the news, and it won't be done until you're on.
When she comes back, we'll just tell her that we did the news.
Yes, please don't. So yeah, I slapped the button and sort of opened it and sort of like turn around and open my eyes.
Good morning, doctor. Yeah, don't worry.
It's-
I hate being
It's
chirped in
morning.
the
I
too.
wouldn't say it's good.
Yeah, righto. I walk over to his cupboard and just open it up. So I got like business meeting today, so I'm gonna need a suit.
It's tomorrow, but yes.
Use
Well,
me?
like I'm meeting that lady and meant to act professional and shit. And look, can I borrow a suit? I don't want to wear it either. Don't look at me like that.
Go have a shower. I will select something.
Yeah, righto. I piss off.
And I'll go through my wardrobe and pick out the most sort of business professional looking suit I have, and then sort of go, he's probably going to get into a fight. I put that back in the wardrobe, and I pick out the second most professional business looking suit I have. Be like, this will do.
Just a question to both Dr. Charles and Darius. How tall are each of you, and what is your build? Because I'm confident that all of Dr. Charles' suits are tailored.
They are. So they probably won't fit well.
Yes.
I think I'm about 5'10".
Okay.
Relatively average build, scientist type build.
Darius
Sure.
is about
So skinny as fuck or fat as fuck? Like this. That's how scientists come.
Yeah.
Skinny.
Darius is skinny too, but a little bit taller.
So you'll have that awkward, like, a few centimeters of extra room on the end of your wrist. It's not going to go down quite as long as
I
you want
think
to.
it would look kind of like someone who's trying to look professional but doesn't quite know what they're doing, which is acceptable considering who I'm arguing I am. So
I'd also probably grab my compad and to see if there's any tailors on the station itself.
no, don't worry. This is good. It's good if it looks slightly off-fitting. It's the character I'm playing.
Like a cursory space Google, while you do find tailors, you can't help but laugh at their websites and what they're offering. You think, these
Like,
people? Tailors?
Tailor. Pfft, whatever.
So yes, you can adorn Darius with a suit that almost fits.
Almost fits.
Yes, which works fine.
Good enough. This will do. What's the return policy?
Try to bring it back without
Darius.
holes.
Darius is sort of smirking while he asks this. Right. So, like the compad. I mean, the file scanner.
No.
There's technically no holes in that.
I can't get these suits until we go back to Elfdis.
He just sort of slaps Charles on the shoulder, laughs, and says, "Look, I'll try," and walks out and goes to the coffee machine.
At that point, I'm just sort of like, I figure I'm awake now. I might as well get up, and I go to the fabricator and keep doing research into the stuff that I got out of the injector.
The super duper special serum.
Yes, the very expensive special serum that I'm not quite sure what it'd do if I was to actually inject it into someone, but it'd be very interesting to see.
Good. Okay. Now that we have both a Nick and an Alice, let me find the right page for some news.
I'm actually genuinely terrified to find out what the hell the news is for this month.
You don't get all the news right at once because the news kind of like it gets a bit drip fed through various systems. But because of your relative proximity to Harbona, you get news about it pretty swiftly. Okay, so Catalina, you I kind of like may have found yourself in a bit of a pattern recently, where it's just as soon as you wake up, immediately grab Compad, check news sources, see if anything's come through, and you as you wake up in the morning, you could grab your Compad, check, and there is something in the news tab from a few hours ago, which says Harbona.
I'm actually genuinely terrified. She's gonna click on it. She's gonna check it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say for narrative convenience sake that
I was gonna say she probably reads the first line or the headline and then probably goes to find Dimitri.
Yes. Well, the headline starts as Modman Alliance vessels have captured imagery of a shocking clash unfolding across the planet Harbona.
Yeah. She's literally gonna bolt over to Dimitri. Like, rush in, not even caring if he's asleep.
So Dimitri, are you awake? Are you asleep?
I have no idea what time is it.
It's the morning.
Dimitri! Dimitri!
Most likely awake. Duh.
Sit. Read this with me. I need the moral support. Bring out the vodka.
Do you want me to sit or do you want me to get vodka? I cannot do both at the same time.
Hurry up, do both.
Okay,
So-
I get the vodka.
Yep. You go get the vodka and 2 big glasses and just
Here's the glass.
set them down on your nightstand in anticipation. Hang on a second. It's time to play a theme song.
Uh-oh. It's got theme songs to this shit?
I have theme songs for the party. Oh, where's the... I did a thing. Where's the thing? It's been too long. Oh, here we go. Sit down, get comfortable. Modern Alliance vessels have captured imagery of a shocking clash unfolding across the planet Harbona. In a daring move, the fleet of captured ships entered the planet's upper atmosphere and rained down fire upon the grav tank formation below.
No, that is terrible news. Like, yes.
This maneuver did not allow the fleet to destroy the tanks, but forced them into a position where the Harbonan planetary defenses could destroy them. So the grav tank formation on Harbona has been destroyed. Unfortunately, the fleet was lost in the assault, as much of the debris fell on the planet's surface. And as you're kind of sitting here in this moment of tension, you see footage of this fleet in formation, like breaking through the atmosphere, which you know they shouldn't do. Ships of this size should not enter the atmosphere if they ever want to leave it. And as you see this formation coming in and shooting down on the planet's surface, kind of choppily from afar, you both have a memory, and you have, and you both feel like a twinge in the back of your head as Molly stirs in her new cocoon, and in an instant, both of you are in a very familiar location. You are sitting around a holoprojector in Catalina's childhood home. As you kind of glance around and look at each other, you are of the age where Dimitri and Alec were just first years in their pilot training, and Catalina was still a high school student. You can hear the sound of Catalina's mum and sister in the kitchen having a conversation, and banging and hammering from the workshop outside from Catalina's father. On the holoprojector, you are Alec and Dimitri are both playing a combat flight simulator, which you've been using as equal parts practice and stress relief during your education. And you got up to a level which you just couldn't beat. And just you kept on trying, and you couldn't get past this level. But then, during a bold move, Alec basically sacrificed his vessel to enable you to be able to win the level. And as you're sitting here in this memory, looking at the way the ships are flying and how Alec was controlling his, it looks exactly the same as the formation you saw in the news footage.
Catalina doesn't say a word.
Dimitri has one word for you, GM. You asshole.
It's 2 words.
She grabs the bottle of
Carry on,
vodka.
Alex.
Not if you don't put a space in between. It is you asshole.
She ignores the shot glass, grabs the bottle, takes a big swig, and walks out very silently. And probably makes her way downstairs to the workout room and proceeds to punch the shit out of something and get very drunk.
Okay. How do you respond to this, Dimitri?
Also,
First-
her hair would be going absolutely crazy, colours-wise.
She'd walk past the med lab on her way to the
It's
workout room, wouldn't she?
Predominantly blue and red.
No.
No?
So she'd be going from someone's quarters out into the kitchen and then down through the engine room. Like that kind of path. Yeah.
Short
So,
path.
Dimitri? Sorry?
Why not throw my shot glasses at the wall? Because I had no vodka, suddenly. Then I pull the bottle of vodka out from underneath my bed. I'd stare at it.
I'd probably like hear the smashing.
Oh, you'd
And
fucking
then
hear, you'd hear,
I'd hear-
fucking pista, you fucking asshole, you fucking selfish cunt, why have you done this? Like, what the fuck? Like, this was a game, like, you were not meant to do this, for real, like, fuck you.
I'd probably head to the room and be like, "Are you okay?"
No, my best friend, like Lena's fucking brother has fucking sacrificed himself to kill the fucking tanks on Habona. Or something. This is what it looks like.
You bumped your camera, by the way, buddy.
That is what happens
Yes,
when I get excited.
So you get shown the footage as well.
Are you sure he's sacrificed himself?
We, as children, we had this game, like it was a two-player, like holoprojector thing, like co-op versus enemy, whatever. But like he and I would play it as tactics training, and there was this level we could not get past, and it was pretty much like one person had to sacrifice themselves for the other to get through. And like the tactics they're using, the way the formations are showing on the screen, this shitty fucking video.
Does the video shows the ships as they're like falling to the ground? Do you see any trace of escape pods leaving the vessels?
I'd
That's
say
a
it's
good
too
point.
hard. I'd say it's too
Um,
hard because it's shitty grainy footage from far away.
Yeah, like it's pretty grainy footage. While you do see pieces of material flying off the ships, that could easily just be debris from being shot at by the grav tanks on the surface.
Those
And
vessels that big have escape pods on them. You don't know if they're dead. It's doesn't look good, but
Look, I know, like, there is still hope. Look, I understand, but it feels like no hope.
that is understandable. Has Catalina seen this?
What do you think? Like we said, she gone. She's probably, she took my vodka and she ran. Like I would think she perhaps gone to downstairs to punch something. She's like,
Darius,
I yell and shout to let out anger. She likes to punch things. I don't know where she gets it.
Darius,
Yes.
whereabouts are you?
I probably would have been walking past as I heard this, admiring my new suit.
Just what, angry.
So, at this point, I probably poke my head around and notice the two of you arguing and just go, "What?"
Something's happened on Habona. Do you want to go?
Catalina?
Yeah,
Where?
she's
Downstairs.
I start
At this
heading
point-
off in her direction.
Pim's just going to walk in with a dustpan and brush, clean up the glass, and walk out.
Oh, Pim. You look
Are
after
you
us
taking
so
my?
well.
I was going to use that crashed glass to walk on later. Like, God damn it!
I cannot allow you to do that.
Pain in my feet to take away pain in my heart.
Then drink some alcohol.
That
He
does
says
not
as
work.
he goes off.
Oh God, what have we taught Pim?
At that point, I'm like, I think you need a drink. Come to the kitchen.
I think I need more than. I need this kind of drink, huh?
No, you can keep your rocket fuel
This
in
is
there.
like 190 proof.
God damn.
It is.
So as Dr. Charles tries to console Dimitri, we move the focus downstairs to the cargo bay as Darius descends, kind of like appropriately morbidly dressed for this conversation now.
Why are my suits morbid? What?
Because he's wearing a suit. It's like he'd be going to a funeral. It's the first time he's ever worn a suit, and it's for terrible news.
So when Darius walks down, Catalina, I'm assuming we have a punching bag because at this point it would be
Yeah,
dumb if we didn't.
we had the punching bag.
It's now got holes in it.
She has the bottle next to her. It's like probably already half empty. Or at least she's taken a few damn good chugs out of it. And she's like expressionless. Her hair is going crazy with colors of like blue and red. And she's just furiously punching and punching and punching and punching.
Yeah, I should say, Darius, before you jump in, I don't expect you storming past Tazi would have made any difference on your approach.
No, probably not.
Yeah, well, Darius, as you make your way down, you see that Tazi is like peering around the corner of the workshop, kind of like nervously, like checking in on Catalina. And as she hears you approach, turns around and goes, "Oh no, you need to. She's oh god, her hair is okay. She's."
I just keep walking.
Yep, that's good. I'm gonna keep on building a robot. This is good distraction. She's feeling some stuff, and she gets back to work.
I'm gonna walk into the room and take a step in front of the punching bag.
In front of? In front of where? As in like between the punching bag and Catalina?
Right between the two of you. If the punching bag is the second.
I'm not sure if there'd be enough room to stand between me and the punching bag.
He'd wait for you to punch and for the bag to move, and then he'd just slip in.
Yep.
Probably.
He's good at that sneaky kind of shit.
She probably has a fist up, like, about to punch again, expecting the bag to come back, and just stops. She doesn't want to punch you.
But
Wouldn't care if he did. But he just reaches around her neck, grabs her by the back of the hair, and just pulls her forehead into his, and just goes, "Breathe."
She lets him. The hair doesn't change color, but she closes her eyes and just starts focusing on breathing. but her hands are still fists by her side.
If you want to hit me, go ahead.
It won't bring him back. Alright, there's an accent. Sorry.
That's good.
It won't bring him back. Is all she says.
Oh. We get this done. We get the hell out of here. And then we take over the damn planet.
I need to go see it for myself.
We will. And then we'll burn it to the ground.
Also, I need to find my sister. The last message I sent to Alec was in hopes that I could... It's complicated.
Hang on a sec. Bad timing, but my internet is cutting. I'm going to swap over to personal hotspot on my phone.
It's okay.
Alright, keep going. Sorry.
It's okay.
Good.
Let me just be here for a bit. Take the vodka away. We have things to do.
I just sort of nod slowly, pick up the bottle of vodka, take a swig myself, which is deeply unusual. You don't see him drink. And then
what?
fuck's sake.
What do they call this? This is method acting, yes?
No,
Something like that. I'm just gonna
it's
toss
just
the
terrible
bottle to the
fucking fleshy shit. You know what?
and up to damn it, my internet.
We can hear you fine.
Sorry.
We can hear you okay.
I can hear myself lagging, which is weird.
Oh, dear.
Makes it really hard to focus.
Fair enough.
But anyway, I'm going to pick up the bottle, take a swig, put it down on my workbench, and just sort of zone out, looking like I'm working on something technical, but really just doing the same thing over and over.
So like disassembling and reassembling the same like spring-loaded claw actuator over and over again.
Catalina will punch the bag a few more times. Pretty much until she's like drenched in sweat and can't stand up anymore. And then go and have a shower. Not saying a word to anyone.
I suppose I should say, since it's not come up at this point, your sweat looks a bit like Solo. So like weird, like not actual clear liquid. It's kind of like weird,
A bit hazy.
Yeah, it's like a weird, like yellowy, hazy liquid.
Is it caustic?
No.
Does she sweat in Mountain Dew?
No, just like the appearance. It's not clear. It's like there's weird like particulates in the sweat that are fine enough to make it look a different color.
Kind of like when you run the tap and it's got copper in it.
Yeah, like that.
Well, you are running the tap and you do have copper in you.
I'm not sure if it's copper. So
A metal.
alloy.
Go and have a shower. After about half an hour of you just sitting there, not really doing much, Darius, your compad rings.
I just pick it up. Yeah.
Hello, yes. This is Anton.
Anton, Darius.
Yes, I have some I have some information for you.
Yep.
You requested that one ship, the Sumo Hayabusa, be landlocked by port control.
Preferably.
I have done my best to do this for you, but it seems that the crew of the Sumo Hayabusa are trying their utmost to leave, and I'm unsure of how long my contacts can keep them around.
Unsurprising.
If there is something you hope to achieve with this party, now may be the time before they take off.
Yeah, fair. All right. Yeah, look, I'll yeah, absolutely. I'll go now. Darius is just going to stand up, pick up his drone, and slide the data slab into the slot that he's got that allows it to do hacking, and just start walking off the ship and heading across the yard.
So you're planning to hack with your drone?
Yep.
Your Panther bot is still under construction, so
Yep.
it's one of the other ones?
Yep. The last remaining thing I have, it's a primitive.
The database tab allows you to locate wires. It doesn't allow you to actually hack remotely.
Actually, it says it does. If it can be used to connect to it as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. So, yeah, I'll allow it because I suspect this is going to be cool.
Yeah. I'm going to walk across the airlock yard straight over to the airlock, and send the drone up against the airlock bay door, and turn off the encryption.
Okay. Hang on a second. I have the means to physically represent this. So you can move yourself around if you wish.
Yep.
I'm
going to move to here and peek around the corner and just see if anyone's watching me. Are these people in the room at the moment?
Hang on a second. This guy is actually not in the room. He was just there as a ploy for him to sneak in. So yeah, there are two attendees at the desks. I have just given you a drone to play with as well. So yeah, the people you see aside from the party who are on board the ship are around.
Okay, I'm just going to walk up to the gate, grab my drone out of the air, and press it against the airlock door. And
it's not an airlock. You could actually fly the drone over it.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm probably not even going to enter this area. I would stand here and just let the drone fly right over to where the ship is.
Okay.
Yep.
It does so.
And where are the engines located on this ship?
The main power output for the engines are here and here. I'll just check the actual physical layout to see if there's any other visible stuff you might see. Yeah, the thrusters and the engines are to the rear left and rear right of the ship.
Yep. I'm going to fly the drone over to roughly where I would expect the spike drive to be.
Okay. It's probably like equal parts both. Actually, hang on. Actually, no, it's got a centralized spike drive. So it's towards the center of the ship.
Yep. Can I access that externally with the data pad?
That seems like a really stupid design flaw, so I'm going to say probably not.
Okay. What can I access externally without being inside the ship?
Okay, well then, I think you will probably need to perform a hack to gain access to that kind of information.
Yep.
So let's have a quick check at your options. No. Oh God. So
9 plus 4, so 13.
God damn. Had a feeling this might happen, but we're doing it anyway. Okay. You can basically this is the hack of get general information. So basically, you fly over, ping the system, and basically say, "Hey, what can I do with you from here?"
Yep.
An exterior port, I would say, would give you access to things like panels and hatches, as well as flaps, places for fuel to come in and out. So basically, if it interfaces with the exterior of the ship, you can probably access it.
Okay. What I'm going to do is the next time it takes off, I'm going to put a hack that the moment it gets 10 minutes into space, it dumps all fuel out its fuel lock.
Oh. All fuel. So not just the hydrogen, but the fuel that runs its reactor. Because, like, I'm not sure we've got into it, but it's kind of implied that ships have, like, functionally unlimited in-system flight from an onboard reactor, but they use their fuel to actually make spike jumps. So you're dumping their hydrogen and their reactor fuel.
Is this going to affect life support systems? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yes.
I'm going to leave enough to functionally maintain life support systems, but stop engines.
Okay. And about, so once they've been flying for about 10 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
Make me one more computers roll for me, please.
Uh, 6, 4, 10 plus 14. 14.
Yep. I think it is functionally impossible for anyone to have noticed what you're doing, so I'm not even going to roll for it. You have, and since you aren't under any time constraints, you have the time to properly set that in place.
Yep. And then the drone just moseys on back over to me.
What have we done? Okay, you have performed the hack. I will say probably one thing I will require of you to have a hack that has that kind of duration. This will require you spending a line shunt because hacks normally have a set duration. You could have like placed a line shunt through the drone. I'm okay with that, but just mark off one less line shunt to be able to hold the hack in place for the duration you're after.
Yeah, that's fine. Shit,
Okay.
I'm running low on them.
Well, they are illegal, so.
Yeah. Yep.
How many have you got right now?
2.
Not bad. Okay. You have performed a very dodgy hack. Very much covertly. I'm surprised no one noticed. I really am. Okay.
I'm just going to phone back Anton and just say, hey, Anton, you there?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, hey. Once they get 10 minutes off the space station, they're going to have an engine failure. Their life support systems will stay online, but can I ask that you collect their ship before anyone else does?
I'm both pleased and worried that you chose to divulge this information to me, Darius. I will see what I can do.
Thank you very much. Hey, look, you asked for a bunch of competent people who are obviously doing sus shit. I'm competent and sus. If you keep us on our side, we'll work for you. All right?
Indeed. Speaking of which, I just saw the news. I'm curious. Are the 2 Russian members of your party from Harbona, QP, or Thymoids?
Harbona.
God. Would you mind if I paid you a visit, perhaps to speak with them?
I sort of pause for a moment. Shit. Look, honestly, Antoine, I can keep them in gear, so if you're worried about their efficiency of doing this job, we'll get it done. That's not a problem.
I'm I'm sure it'll be fine. I just have I have some pertinent information that may give a more long-term peace of mind.
Good or bad?
Good.
All right, yes. So get over here right now. Then we need you.
It'll take some work, but I'll do my best.
Okay.
All right. I'll be right over. It hangs up.
So while that was happening, there was a wholesome moment where Dimitri came to find Catalina and like found her absolutely crying in the shower, and they cried and hugged it out together. And so at some point, yeah, he's probably entirely wet.
I was completely clothed and she was not.
Catalina's he's her big brother basically. Like they grew up together.
But Russians have a different view on nakedness than everybody else.
That's also.
And so do pagans.
Keep warm.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
And so do pagans.
Correct.
Yeah. So eventually, they would make their way out.
Oh, so just a wet, sad-looking Catalina wrapped in a towel being like hug-walked out by Dimitri.
And an even sadder, wetter-looking Dimitri, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wringing myself out as I walk.
Okay. After about an hour, the ship's doorbell rings, and Anton makes his way inside and asks to speak to Dimitri and Catalina.
I assume I would be answering it because I'd be the only one expecting it.
Probably yes.
So I'd open the door and just go, "Good fucking morning to you.
Yes.
You want a coffee?"
I'm fine.
Yeah, righto. I think they're just follow the wet footprints in the kitchen.
They're probably just sitting down at the dining table quietly.
Okay. Did you take the time to get dressed?
Yeah, she would have. Eventually, she would have. But it's very basic. It's like her pants and her singlet and probably nothing else.
It is lucky that I have like 10 of these dark robes. I just put a different one on.
So Anton makes his way into the common area and has this like appropriately somber look on his face and just says, I'm very sorry about the recent developments on your planet."
Oh, and who are you? Oh, wait, you're Anton.
Yes.
How do you know?
It was on the news.
This is true, but how did you know it was our planet?
I'm standing behind Antoine and I just say, "Me."
I called ahead and inquired. I was concerned. It may have been your home, given your technical acumen, and I thought it best to potentially provide some reassurance to you.
I am
Catalina is
thankful
quiet.
for your concern, but also, like, what assurance are you going to give? Is it good or bad?
This is good assurance. Now, the manner in which the SIrtis Partnership is operating is one for ambition. We have plans upon plans and thoughts and ideas projected into the future.
Really? What a surprise. Like, who would have thought a company like yours would be interested in future operations?
Catalina puts her hand on Dimitri's shoulder in a sign of, like, calm down.
Yes, I know. I get upset and then I get sarcastic. I can't help it.
Now,
Sorry, go on.
I do understand that our relationship is still a new one, and that you may elect to cease further cooperation with us once this job is done. But I am here to provide potential incentive for you to stick around and work with us further, because once we have concluded business on QP, we as the SIrtis Partnership will be turning our attention to Harbona.
Why?
What
Well,
for?
Well, as you may know, we have quite solid access to raw materials from both our planet Gunhild and soon to be Kupi as well. And prior to the war breaking out, your home planet had a prodigious reputation for quality manufacturing work. And ideally, it is the goal of the partnership to be able to step in, end the conflict, and help Harbona to rebuild by providing new sources of business, by bringing these resources we've mined to them for production.
You wish me to send my grandfather your kind regards?
Your grandfather?
Duh. My grandfather, Nikolai Demidov.
Of the Harbonan Demidovs?
Duh, of the Harbona Demidovs. The ones that you just gave all this praise to.
I knew that they were one of the larger manufacturing families, yes. I would appreciate being put in contact with your grandfather if at all possible.
So would I, because contact to Harbona at the moment is very troublesome.
Yes, that is something else we shall be working towards. So, I know this may appear like a hollow conflict, but rest assured that we are doing everything we can to work towards helping your home.
What is, does this not bring you into conflict, like direct conflict with Yakuta?
Yes, it does. And
that is not a problem for you?
We have we have some long-term goals. The specifics I won't go into presently because they are somewhat hefty, but if your job goes well and we can continue to work towards a healthy partnership, I'm sure we can have a more in-depth conversation.
Anton.
Yes?
What are your intentions for Harbona? Just business? Or
Just
do you
business.
bring false friendship to try and take us over?
Harbona is a strong, proud nation.
Duh.
We will sell you raw materials and partially processed goods. You will then be able to manufacture whatever it is you like, and then you can sell those goods to whomever you wish.
And what do you get out of this?
Well, you buy the goods we sell you.
They get the guaranteed buyer.
Precisely.
And
It
that
is-
is all?
Not that Harbona is like in the negative for raw materials, but it is easier for... It is more efficient for manufacturing if we do not have to harvest the raw materials ourselves.
Precisely.
I understand. Sorry, Darius.
No, it's all right. Conflict is good for some business, like arms dealing, but it is not good for the business that, well, the SIrtis Partnership and Yakota and Harbona are involved in.
Indeed.
I think this is our shot. Resources, weapons, allies. We can't get these alone.
You will leave the people to live as they live?
Of course.
As they wish, as they choose?
I have just said the extent of our interactions with your planet is going to be sell you goods, and potentially if we can come to a nice relationship, perhaps at the same time as we sell you materials, we can create like finished products off your planet and take them elsewhere to be sold. In case your planet is currently struggling with shipping.
As much as SIrtis Partnership seems to be like they seem to like to control both ends of the supply chain, I do not think they are interested in governance. Governance. Politics is messy business.
Indeed, we see an opportunity for a very effective mutual arrangement. You get resources and can rebuild your planet, your cities, your societies, your equipment, and we get a reliable quality manufacturer on our side.
Why
Everybody.
would you not choose Yakuta though? It is bigger and has more people, therefore
Because it
bigger
is filled
market.
with religious extremists and fools who don't know the first thing about manufacturing. Please, the country is dead.
It's not been, they have not been receptive to our previous communications.
Cataly, actually, Antoine, may I talk to these two briefly?
Certainly. I'll just step into your engine room. Anyway.
Fine. We have an option here, but those files I have. How about we take a gamble?
You want to give them to Anton?
I give them to Anton, see what he uses them for, which allies he recruits with them, see if he can build up us some sort of force. And then we can go back to Habona and actually make a difference.
Darius. I am at
Withdraw.
war.
That is not a choice to make, Darius. They are your, let's see, burden, but also less insurance policy, I guess.
Sure, but as I figure it, I've had bounty hunters after my head anyway. There's already a giant target on my back.
Darius. There is war inside me right now. There is nothing more I want than to destroy the people responsible for all this. There is also desire to throw everything to wind and just go home.
We can't.
I know.
Without the allies, weapons, and resources, we will die. This is our chance for 3 of those things.
Darius? Dmitri, have I told you what happened to my sister?
Yet.
No.
I likely can guess, but yet.
I'm not sure I want to know.
She has been taken by Yakuta, and I do not know if she lives or she dies. And I was trying to get in contact with my brother to find if he could help find her. I need to find my sister more than anything. I need to visit the site where the wreckage is, so that I can see what has been done. I need this. More than anything.
This is our best. In this case, the SIrtis Partnership is our best option.
I will tell you what I need and what I want. I will leave you to make the decisions. I am in no place to make any right now.
Okay. Darius sort of just like yawns, stretches his arms. Walks over to the coffee machine and rips out its coffee bean tray and pulls a data chip out from that.
Of course.
Yo,
Smart
Antoine!
motherfucker.
Yes, it's Anton, but yes.
Yeah, shit, sorry. It's been...
I'm sure.
Yeah. Look. And I toss him the chip.
Thank you. What's this?
Filmed atrocities of the worst of the Yakutan. I don't have the power to get it out. But with the right propaganda network, which I believe the SIrtis Partnership might have, you can probably recruit quite a few allies to your cause.
It is videos and photographs of genocide.
Effectively.
They are all secrets that Yakuta doesn't want anyone to know. Not even its own people.
Definitely not its own people.
Don't watch it before eating.
Don't watch it after eating either.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to add the blackmail asset to the SIrtis Partnership for their faction turn.
Cool.
Good job.
Holy shit! Affecting faction game.
Yeah, you are. He takes it and thanks you.
Yeah, heads up though. If they find out who's got it, those bounty hunters that wanted me will want you.
I understand. I will be subtle. Where is that page? I'll figure. There we go. Ooh, good. I've got room. Blackmail. Yeah.
Is that in revised rules?
I haven't looked at the faction game for revised rules. I'm using the base game for that.
Cunning assets selectively degrade the effectiveness of an asset. Cool.
Yes.
Any attempt loses any bonus dice earned by tags. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially considering some of the things that you queue to get. So, very handy. I'll take care of the rest of that later, but good job. That will come to play the next faction turn that comes around. Okay.
Anyways, right now, Anton, sorry.
Yes.
We appreciate the drop-in, but we've really got to prepare for this thing, I think.
I understand. I just hoped to provide what I did. I won't ask for an answer now, but I do hope that my words have been of some comfort.
Yeah.
Anton, I have lost one question.
Yes?
Maybe favor. It's probably something we could do on our own, but it might be easier for you. We have identified 2 individuals that would be perfect for us to replace on this mission.
Indeed.
We just need them to receive communication that they are not required to arrive at work today.
Change of the work schedule.
Change the roster, yes.
That is good roster.
I think I should be able to take care of that.
If this is within your means, then good. If not, let us know. We can arrange things, but might be easier for you and your contacts.
I hand over the. I just quickly use my compad to swipe over the information, including their names, date of birth, social security numbers, credit card numbers, their family, their next of living kin, their dog's daughter's maiden name, all of it.
Also their address.
You are really rather good, Darius, I must say.
I do my best.
We are good at what we do.
Indeed. I will be going now. I will call you shortly should I manage to yield results.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Right. And he departs from the ship. So what has everybody else been doing all this time? Because now it's kind of like midday. We've got Pim, we've got Dr. Charles, we've got Lockie, who could have been doing things.
Sorry.
You're gonna say
Nothing to say. You go.
Okay.
Yep, Pim, go for it.
Everyone is so polite tonight.
Shut up, Mikhail.
It's fine. After having a talk with Charles, I was... I might as well just roleplay it out. Dr. Charles, do you have any more information on biology and medicine?
How much information do you want?
All of it.
Okay. What do you need it all for?
To learn. It has come to my attention that you nearly keep dying. In the event that you go down again, you might not be able to heal others. Therefore, it is logical for me to be able to heal you.
Right. I've got some basic books.
If you're talking
And
about
I
the
go-
basic books you already lent me, I have already read them.
Well, I'll give you the next level up then, I guess.
Thank you very much. By the way, may I have a blood sample?
Why?
For one, to check the drug levels in your blood to make sure that you're not taking any more drugs. Also, so I can learn more about DNA strains and dinucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Go get a sample from someone else at the moment. Because there is already... I know for a fact there is drugs in my system because I'm wearing this. And it is slow releasing so that I don't go into withdrawal again.
I see. I will come back when you have gone, as they call it, cold turkey. Thank you.
Okay, Pim. Enjoy your books.
Now I'm just going to walk into Lockie's room with a needle.
Yeah, so
Lockie, I require blood.
I think in the meantime, Lockie would have been with Tazi, help him work on the gift.
yes, she's feeling a bit back and forth because Darius asked her to work on a panther bot, and now you're coming down.
I would probably be working downstairs, see her running between the two, and just go, no, leave it. Do whatever you need to do. I can work on this for the moment. Sorry, I didn't realize we had conflicting shit going on.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, Pim, you probably wouldn't find Lockie in his room. You'd find him in the workshop holding a very basic bare bones gun mold. So it's not a functional gun, but basically it's like it's like a dressmaking mannequin where you can customize the various proportions of it to make it fit a certain size, except it's a gun. So basically you have this and are just fiddling and adjusting with bits to get all the pieces in the right shape to make it feel good.
Probably also
it looks like it will be very deadly.
Probably also comparing it to Catalina's gun she's already got down there.
Indeed.
Also, can I please have your blood?
How much do you need?
One syringe's worth should do it.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Tazi looks a bit concerned as this is happening. She's saying, "Are you sure?"
That should require a tech medical roll because hitting the wrong spot when taking blood can end up in fountains.
That is a point.
Yeah.
Please make
I'm not stupid enough to hit the artery.
It's not that hard.
Hey!
Dude, come on. I've taken blood from drug addicts after car crashes. It's not that hard.
I mean, I personally couldn't hit a blood vessel, but that's because I don't have any medical training. So,
his medical training makes sense. He's literally just read a couple of books, and they're basic anatomy books.
Yeah,
that's it.
I would say a 7 is sufficient to be able to draw the required blood. It's not super hard, so.
Okay.
But the books that he got from Charles were blood travels under the skin. If the blood is outside the skin, it's bad.
I've got a whole book on human anatomy. He's got a photographic memory. I'm sure he can,
Yeah. So you please add to your character sheet one vial of Lockie blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat it and put it into cryo.
I guarantee you now that will become a faction turn game asset at some point.
Now mix it with gene therapy and Goethe DNA.
As well as nanobots.
I can't unless I get 2 million credits.
VI.
I can't until I get 2 million credits worth of medical components.
No, you can mix it with the one you've already got mixed with Goethe.
No, because it's in the
It's been
fabricator now.
it's been consumed by the fabricator. It gets broken down by the fabricator to basically create the blueprints.
Yep, fair enough.
So that way I could remake it, but I'd need 2 million credits worth of medical components to do so.
I just want a Goethe, Lucky.
It's
All right.
really complicated.
Next up. So, where's Darius, by the way, in all of this?
I'd probably be over at the next bench, and I'd raise an eyebrow at you saying you want blood, and then just shrug and like shake my head and go back to what I was doing.
Darius, I need your blood.
Yeah, look, Pim, you know how, like, if I came up to you and said, I need all of your suit's wires, you know how that would be kind of confronting?
Not really. You've walked up to me and asked me if I could design a hack that could kill me.
Yeah, you know what? That's pretty fair. Yeah, fuck it. And he sort of grins and sticks out his arm. What, are you checking coffee concentration or something?
No, just your gene code to see how superior you are to others.
I just raise an eyebrow. I just raise an eyebrow in that and go, what do you mean by that, Pim?
I don't know. The book said calling humans superior is a form of flattery.
Yeah, no, don't do that ever again, please.
Okay.
Yeah, look, anyway, yeah, you can totally have some blood. Just, I don't want any Loki Darius hybrids running around the ship.
Well, I will let you know if I buy a biological creation tube.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, look, this is getting weird. Just take it.
Okay. Make another take medical roll.
He doesn't need to take blood. Bioscanners give a complete genetic breakdown of the subject as long as you use it right.
He's
well aware of that. He doesn't care.
He's lying.
He wants to do it old style. Leave him alone. He's retro man.
Actually, Darius would be well aware of that too.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So
that's 2 1s in a row that I've rolled.
So as you're stabbing my arm, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
so-
be like.
he misses a few times before he finds a vein, basically.
So
So it's like jabbing you randomly, like,
Yeah.
work!
so
I am
Pim.
not used to this.
what are you actually using it for?
The blood, as I
Yeah.
said, to analyze your DNA code. Nothing more.
Why?
To learn. I want to know what makes you, you. I cannot
You
go
know
from your
what,
experiences, but I can start from the base up. I can understand.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Maybe ask Dr. Charles for some philosophy books too. He's probably gonna have something like that.
Perhaps. But any philosophy that allows him to destroy an alarm clock whenever he's upset, perhaps isn't the book for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, like alarm clocks. Yeah, yeah. This is fucking weird, dude. Yeah, look. Congratulations, you have my blood.
Thank you.
Wow, this
He's
is
just
weird. I
gonna
don't
walk
even
off
give
now.
my doctor my blood. And it's just Darius like muttering to himself and bitching and just going.
He just walks up to
"Look at
Catalina.
my eyes.
Catalina, never mind. Just walks off.
She looks at him really puzzled.
Dr. Charles, when Pim left the room, you receive a phone call on your compad.
Dr. Charles speaking.
Hello,
yes.
Tim, I need your blood. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
God damn it. I'll take it as an opportunity because I planned this conversation but didn't actually figure out a name for this person. So,
Yeah.
rolling up a name. This person would be English based on the hierarchy. Hello, this is Anne. I'm calling on behalf of the Bodmin Alliance. You sent us your resume yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Now, I was intrigued by your past experience and was hoping to be able to have perhaps a conversation with you. Is that all right?
That is fine.
Excellent. Now, we've been having a bit of an issue consolidating the emission dampeners and the gyroscopic stabilizers with the pre-tech components. How do you go about remedying this?
It depends on what your setup is, because if you do it wrong, you'll end up with the same lab accident that I had when we tried to fire up our one. It wasn't good.
Interesting. Lab accident. And you can hear like notes being taken. And she basically continues to ask you questions for a solid half an hour. And you can tell...
And I avoid answering them to the best, like, answering them fully, and keep sort of suggesting I need to see the engine before I can answer that.
Yeah. But like as she's going through the motions, you don't even have to make a roll to tell pretty obviously that she is asking you very basic questions. This is information that like if this facility has been mass producing engines, they would definitely know the answers to all the questions being asked. Basically, this conversation is the equivalent of, okay, you've piqued our attention. Let's see let's see whether or not you were lying on your resume.
Yeah, figured.
Yeah. And so
basically, I'll probably like let in a few techniques, like one specific technique that we used on Elfdus that allowed us to like increase spike drive performance by like 20%.
Okay.
But not the full technique, just part of it.
Fair enough. Can you make me a pre-tech roll with...
Probably not.
Either I will allow intelligence or wisdom for this roll, since she is asking you some creative questions that do require you to think.
A 9. I can actually do it.
Very nice. After this, like, for lack of a better term, like interview, she says, "You have been very insightful, Dr. Charles. Would you be interested in perhaps coming and paying us a visit next week?"
No. Next week might be pushing it a bit. I was planning on either having a position or moving on to the next system to see what else is available.
I see. When would be a more appropriate date for you? I'll see if I can perhaps move something around.
I quickly message both Catalina and Darius going, let me just check my schedule, and message both of them going, when are you guys set to go to the station?
Probably from both of us, you get a message saying tomorrow.
Yep.
I basically go, tomorrow sometime would be probably best. I've got another appointment the day after for a different station and interviewing there.
A different station, you say? Can you please make me a persuade roll? With charisma.
Probably not, because that's a -1. Oh.
Yeah. She says, I think we should be able to move some things around. Tomorrow should be good. I will send you the the details, and I will see you then.
I will see you then.
All right. And then she hangs up.
And I just sort of like hang up the phone and go, well, it'll be interesting to see what they've got at least.
Like, so Christian, my dude, you did roll a 5 on the whole send resume, but your resume is flippin' disgusting. Like, just think about how stacked Dr. Charles's resume would be for this kind of position. I'm just like, they're definitely at least gonna call him and be all like, hey, are you actually good?
Do you actually know about spike drives? It's like,
Yeah.
I wonder.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a badly written resume with dot points and scribbly writing, but the actual background of it is insane.
Yeah.
This is the first time Dr. Charles has put a resume together in many years.
Many
Yeah,
years.
but it's like the third dot,
basically
dot
ever.
point is like, served under the president as personal bodyguard. You know, even though it
Plot
looks like
twist.
it's been written by a third grader, it's fine.
Plot twist, he actually enjoys the job, leaves the Gloved Molotov to become a free.
If I was going to do that, I'd just go back to Elptus.
Okay, with that, we now have the entire party has a way to get onto the space station, and it's right on 8 o'clock, so I think now's a good time to go to a break.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We
I
shall.
will
We shall return in 15.
indeed. Back in a bit.
All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys.
We read it in Italian.
Hi,
Right?
everybody. We're back. We were doing some prior chats and banters and whatnot. It was cool. Anyway, you guys have about the better part of a day to finish preparing for your heist, which will kick off tomorrow morning. What is the party doing between now and then?
Familiarizing myself with the schematics and the layout of the building so that can perform maintenance without needing to ask directions.
Okay.
So basically just memorizing the floor plans.
Cool. Make me either a tactics or a if it's just trying to internalize the floor plans, then make me a tactics roll with intelligence to see how well you can internalize that information.
So I was going to say Lockie would also be doing the same.
Yeah. So the two of you can basically be doing like the night before exam cramming. Well, like you're trying to like quiz each other. God damn, Lockie!
I see all.
Wow.
I found a service tunnel that they didn't even know existed.
Oh my god. Service tunnel is a really convenient word for hole I can make it in under 6 seconds.
So
I'm glad you understood me.
I like. This is where his hole cutter comes in. Yes.
Where's Dimitri currently?
Where am I currently?
In the
Sitting
ship.
down. Oh, in the ship. Probably hanging around the kitchen because...
The kitchen.
Well, let's say I went and had a shower, then I got dressed, and then I came back to the kitchen to talk to Anton. And I have
Dimitri,
not left. Duh.
can I please have a blood sample?
Of what?
Your blood.
Of my blood?
Yes.
What for?
Study. Learning. I'm trying to get better at my medical skills because Charles keeps almost dying.
Have you tried using a, what is this thing, like bioscanner?
Bioscanner. It reveals a lot of results, but on the off chance that I do not have a bioscanner, it is best to learn from the ground up.
How do you propose to scan blood if you have nothing to scan it with?
I said if I didn't have access to a bioscanner, learning about blood using a microscope and other such mechanical devices would probably be a better idea.
Perhaps. Do you have container?
Indeed. It is glass, and it has a long pointy bit at the end.
Oh, glass container. I grab glass container, I smash it. I'm like, here's blood. Quick, better catch it, it is dripping.
I'm just going to take a coffee cup from the bench and kind of just hold it under his head.
Oh god.
Darius is going to be pissed to find his favorite coffee cup filled with blood.
And little bits of glass, yes.
There's some contamination for you.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I said an empty cup.
Yeah, you didn't say clean.
Or sterile.
There will be contaminants in that cup no matter what. It is not in a sterilized environment, which is what the inside of a syringe is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will
it
do
seems
my
I've
best
looked
to
into it.
filter the coffee particulates from your blood.
In glass.
It is funny. Look, I will let you have a better sample later. After you find another syringe.
Thank you, I think. Would you like me to go get a first aid kit for your hand?
Yeah, it is fine. I will just shake it off.
Right. Well, I am going to clean the floor. At this point, he's going to walk off, kind of just swab with a tip, put that in like a container, and then just wash the bloody cup with hospital-grade disinfectants.
I can smell that bleach from over here. My blood is not that dirty.
I'm trying to get rid of the vodka.
I have not had. Oh wait, yes, I had vodka.
It's like midday. Yeah, of course I have one.
Why?
Okay. Well, Pim, I think the only two people you haven't got blood from in some capacity is Dr. Charles and Catalina.
Yeah, because one is made of iron and the other one is pretentious.
I'd like to do some psychological profiling on the lady I'm going to have a meeting with.
Oh, okay. You'll need some information. You do already have some ideas about her. If you would like to glean some more from online, you can make another computer roll.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
God damn.
Yeah, it's
15?
16.
16?
That's a 16.
You find out her entire history from birth.
No, even before birth.
Hang on a second. Where is she? No, a cat man. Did I take notes? I didn't take notes. Wait, actually, no, I did.
It's where did I take my notes?
I actually put the virtual notes on the token that is she.
What I'm trying to work out is what pressure points may be, things to appeal to, points to push. Basically anything that would give me an advantage in being persuasive to her.
Okay. With a 16, you would probably glean a very juicy piece of information after searching for about an hour online. It seems that even though she is a very wealthy career woman, she actually owes quite a bit of money to loan sharks.
Ooh.
Okay.
That is juicy.
How much are we talking?
You cut out there.
About 60,000 credits.
Okay.
Alice sent you a message.
So you would probably, again, with a 16, have been able to hack into her Facebook account and see some of the correspondence.
Yep. Wonderful.
Indeed.
Exactly what I need.
Yep. And I'd say that once again, with a 16, it's probably with a local gambling hall.
Yep. Okay. Excellent.
What Facebook looks like. What does Facebook look like to you?
Facebook, but more fascism. So about the same.
I was going to say Facebook, but with like one button because they've gone ultra modern.
Where it's just press button.
It's just a ball in a thing, and you kind of just direct it. And
But like, if you press it right ways, it's one shortcut, and left ways up. Yeah, it's like that. Kind of like in those old laptops where you had the little bauble thing, which was like a nipple, and you were just like. Anyway.
It's like if you showed Facebook to people from the year 3100, they would be all like, "Oh my god, these kids and their crazy intuitive technology." But because you've been raised with this, and there's just been a general like arms race of like tech savviness. Yeah, so it's just become ridiculous. But yes. You've gained some pretty juicy information, which was rolled up randomly, I may ask. I will say from last session. Okay, so you've gained some dirt on her. What are other people doing to prepare? Catalina?
Did we acquire a list of employees, like a name?
Not everybody.
No, but just at the very least of the maintenance staff.
Maintenance staff.
Like the low-end people, the people that basically aren't seen as super important to the company, just like there to do their job.
I think you found. I think what you found last week wasn't a complete list, but there was enough like of a data trail left behind from things that you found the names and info of the 2 most recently hired maintenance staff, which is how you found your way in. So not a whole list.
But did we have any other names, like people we could like reference
Yes.
and like just like
Yes,
names
yes,
and
we do.
pictures?
Yes, we do, because we had the Catman who was in cybersecurity, and now we know of Anne in recruitment.
Yes.
I know of Annie in recruitment
That's fair.
because I
But
haven't
as a
told
group.
anyone that I've got a job interview tomorrow.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Did we get the work overalls?
Yeah.
Did, yes. That got dropped off. And I'd say after another hour or so, Darius gets... Catalina gets a text from Anton, which is... the rosters have been amended.
I assume with the overalls, he's dropped off my data slab too.
Your... Like that ridiculously massive hard drive.
Storage.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Catalina is going to acquire makeup.
Okay.
Specifically.
Flesh tones.
Mhm.
Of
What's the
course.
foundation?
I mean, no. I mean, like, stage quality. So, like,
Thick.
No. It's not thick. It's like
Oh, yes, it is.
that's not what I mean. Like when you do body paints and stuff, and you have sealant, so it doesn't come off when you sweat or you wipe your face, things like that. Like normal makeup comes off relatively easily. You've got like special makeup or like that makeup artists use specifically so that it doesn't come off easily. You'd use it on like a set or stuff like that.
I'd say you can probably find something like that. I don't know how... I am not familiar with makeup, so how much does that kind of thing cost nowadays?
I was going to say, it's not hard to get, but it's expensive. Like... easily $80 per item.
Okay, and how many items would Catalina be after to complete her look?
Minimum 2, the base and the sealant, and then on top of that she'd be getting... These would be about $30 to $40, like highlights and contour colours. And then she'd need to get like a blush or something, which would be probably... she could probably go a bit cheaper with that, so like maybe $15 Yeah, so all up she's gonna end up spending like probably $1,000 on makeup. But that's fine. She's gonna need it in the long run if she ever has to look normal in the future. So
then subtract 1,000 credits from your account and make a note that on your account sheet that you have high quality makeup.
Yeah. She's done it with the purpose of like, look, I could have gotten cheaper stuff, but I want it to last and work. So
yeah. You have good amounts of high quality makeup.
And I'd say she's probably... Oh, whoops, I tried to do that on my computer, not my laptop. She's probably also gotten a double ups of a couple of things and a few extra bits and pieces and stuff like that. She would have also probably bought, like, the whole shebang of, like, brushes and supplies and stuff as well, because let's be honest, Catalina doesn't normally wear makeup.
Okay.
Just posted a picture to show you what it would look like.
Yeah, because she'd have to put a fuck ton of concealer on.
It's called Derma Blend. Because I watched the video where they actually took that guy who is 90% covered in tattoos and basically gave him skin again.
There are lots of
weird.
There are lots of special effects. It's basically special effects makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it before.
All these gifts, you...
Special effects makeup is not cheap either. Neither are the supplies you need to put it on.
Nope.
Boy.
No, I know.
No. So yes, that is the thing you have acquired and can probably get some practice with on the night before.
Like, she knows how to use makeup. It would be more a matter of, like, practicing with her new skin tone.
Yeah. Which would require some practice, and that's fine. I'd say with...
How many layers do I need to put on to not have, the metal show through?
Like, I assume your job is going to be working on the face because on the job it's going to be overalls, heavy boots, big thick gloves. So just the face is visible, if that.
And she'll probably, like, put a beanie on or something to hide her hair.
Hmm.
Whatever's acceptable uniform-wise. A hat, a cap, a beanie, whatever they have.
Indeed. Can be done. Any other preparations?
I'm looking into whatever paperworks and information I still have from my time doing pre-tech.
Mm-hmm.
While also getting like my suit ready. I take out that suit that I put back into my wardrobe. I take that out and sort of lay it out and get it ready.
Yep, you pull out the like wall snug ironing board that I'm sure has been used quite a lot in your time on the ship. You just pull it out, slide out the iron from the wall, and just start like carefully pressing your suit for tomorrow.
Yes.
While all these files are like projected in front of you, so it's like half ironing, half like speed reading through your notes. Sweet.
Actually, before Catalina does her tests, she'll call Pim over because she remembered that he wanted to do her makeup, so she's going to teach him how makeup is done before she lets him do her makeup. And just for giggles, like, just entertainment's sake.
So it's you do your own makeup, you take it off, and then you just go, okay, Pim, your turn.
Pretty much, and then after he's done, take it off again, put it back on herself. Just as, like, she's going to practice, like, toning, getting it right, and stuff like that. It'll take a few tries, so she figures practice is
so when you do it
anyway.
the first time, Pim's literally just sat there staring at you like this.
Yes, with what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my.
How are you doing that? What is that? What are you doing?
But anyway, I think I accidentally interrupt Ash, so sorry.
Yes, Rocky.
I've been interrupted 4 times, but that's okay.
Sorry, bub.
Cow.
He is actually going to be repainting the Omnipotent with a very, like, not military, but a very like private security looking paint job.
Okay.
So, like a black muted camo kind of style, but like a very professional looking paint job for a secure company or something like that.
Okay. Well, I feel like the color scheme on the Omnipotent previously, since it was a custom job, was like had a certain amount of cohesion, but I mean, being from your planet, you'd be familiar with spray paint and fun things like that. So it's like, would you care to use tarps at all, or just be all like, nah? So it's like plonk it in the center of the cargo bay and just go ham with the spray paint.
He's fussing out whether or not he wants like Dimitri to kill him.
You're muted.
Well, because there's competition for black.
Okay. Just for giggles, I believe there is an artist skill. There's an artist skill.
So I got to roll that as well.
Yes, actually. So
Are you gonna make me roll this as well?
Catalina, Pim, and Rocky, please all make artist rolls. And Catalina, if you like, I will also allow you to roll with your profession.
I was gonna ask because this is definitely a profession role for her as well.
Yeah.
What attribute would you like us to roll with?
Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Okay.
It's harder than it looks, Pim. It's harder than it looks.
I'd like to add that is 3 nat 1s in a row.
and you just roll double ones on that.
Sneak
Yeah.
eyes.
So
Guys.
Also, just for giggles, I'm going to roll an artist thing just because I want to see what it comes up with.
I'm honestly just
Doesn't matter.
debating whether I should just roll any more using this machine. It's
It's
3
being
nat ones
very
in
mean.
a row.
So if any of you recall the episode of The Simpsons when Homer shoots Marge in the face with the machine gun, that's kind of the
shit.
So Pim, you kind of like take a step back with your brush, kind of like, yeah, I've done good work. Then Catalina turns the mirror and goes, oh.
She just pisses herself laughing. Oh, Pim! Oh, it's harder than it looks. Oh my goodness.
Indeed.
Oh, I needed this. Thank you, Pim. I'm sorry. You did
It's fine.
you did a good attempt, but you're clearly not familiar with the contours of a human's face.
Untrue. All of my core routines for this machine is all about removing the makeup.
But removal is different from application.
It's more removal of clothes than anything.
Yeah, my reply to that would be 5 of which involve a sponge bath.
You know what, Pim? Maybe one day we will ask you to show us these things, but not right now. I'm going to remove it and do some more practice. You can stay to watch if you wish to learn more.
Very well.
The Sexbot chassis has got the most mileage in terms of jokes out of anything in this campaign.
By the way, Catalina, at some point, I would like to get a blood sample.
Blood?
Yes.
Sure. What for?
Well, I haven't told the others because I want it to be a surprise. But given that medicine treats all humans, I thought it would be more, well, beneficial to create medicines that specifically target each of the members of the Gloved Molotov's DNA.
This is curious. Do you know how to do this, or are you just...
Learning.
Okay.
I figure if a plasma pill can replace a human's blood, then a tailored plasma pill could be even more beneficial and advanced.
This is very interesting. Have you asked maybe Dr. Charles or even myself? I have a little bit of science knowledge. I studied it back on Yakuta.
I too have science knowledge. But what I'm going for is more of a, well, undelved intelligence on scientific research.
Just be careful, Pim. There can be a lot of unexpected results when you play with things like this, and there is not much way of testing this without live subjects, so just be careful.
If it's any consolation, I promise not to cut myself.
Okay, this is good. But also, make sure you don't give anything to anyone without consent.
Acknowledged.
At least not foreign substance they have never had before. You don't know how they will react. Kind of like it was wrong of me to give Dr. Charles the dose of tsunami I gave him when we were at the space elevator. It was wrong because I did not ask, and he could not give consent, so I should not have done it, but I panicked.
I dosed Lucky.
What?
I dosed Lucky with tsunami.
Oh, I guess we are both in mistake then. Which
Well,
reminds
he's not
me,
told me off, so I assume I am fine.
I'm going to apologize to Doctor. I think I should probably do this.
Very well. I wish you well. Be careful, though. It appears he is a bit grumpy.
Oh, it's okay. I'll do it later. Right now, I need to practice more face work. Also, we may have a problem with getting my blood. Back on topic of question.
Yes.
I don't exactly, bleed easy.
No.
I think my transplant might be best way to get because it goes in, it also can come out.
I see. Well, then we will have to work on that later.
You
But
will
for now,
definitely
let us go
need.
back to what we were doing.
You will need a very sturdy syringe. Probably of a particular
typhoid.
millimeter. I have specs back in my bedroom. Back in the. We'll talk to Charles later. Yes, back to what we were doing. Okay. Let's see. What should I do today? Maybe I'll make my cheekbones a bit higher this time, huh? Give myself a furrow brow. Add a bit of dirt on my face. Let's see. And then, she's just like, gets a bit experimental.
Keep on working. Now, we cut back downstairs to Lockie, who has probably just finished his spray paint job, and you've done a solid job by your standards, Lockie.
By my standards, I'm well aware it looks shit.
This armor is completely black.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just gonna look at it and just go, well, she's fucked. Throw the can on the ground.
Can I come in on this, please?
Since you were upstairs doing stuff, Tazi probably would hear the angry cannon poke her head around the doorway and go, are you okay, Lockie?
Yeah, kind of fucked this one. Might give me a hand.
Yeah, I think maybe we can salvage this. Hang on a second. And so, Tazi comes out with some gaffer tape and a can of gunmetal gray, and basically she chooses like choice parts of the components and basically adds an accent color to make the black not so like jarring. So once she gives it a once over, it's like equal parts black and gunmetal gray, and she kind of smooths over some of your work and goes, what do you think?
Much better. Much
excellent. Anything else I can help with?
No, I think this will work. Yeah.
You're going in as Darius's bodyguard, yes?
Yeah. Got to keep him safe somehow.
Yeah. I recall hearing about one time previously when you tried to do something like this. I don't recall it ending well. So
ain't gonna be a problem. Don't worry about it.
Okay, please be careful. I'm like hearing some of what's been said by Darius. It sounds like this place is pretty dangerous. So I'm glad you're actually gonna like pass the armor. Like I'm glad you're going in there wearing this.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just a bunch of nerds.
Never underestimate the power of nerds, Lockie.
I'd probably walk in hearing that and just start laughing and go, yeah, man, we'll totally fuck you up. I'm just laughing.
Biggest nerd on the ship.
She says, nerds built this armor. They built all this. We wouldn't have left Earth at once without nerds.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I ain't got nothing against them. Just from my experience, most of them can't fight for shit.
I walk up and just like looking at the armor and go, yeah, you're right, but that's why I get 20-ton mining rigs to fight for me. This looks good. And I'm just like running my hands over the paint job.
Yeah, it's a sharp new look for the Omnipotent. It looks like Pim's trying to get Lucy's blood, if I'm reading the chat correctly.
Not yet. I'll roleplay that out. Jeez.
Okay, good.
It was just the moment of him walking up to Tazi going, hello, I would like blood.
I just happened to walk through the workshop and see this fancy new armor. and I put my bloody hand on the shoulder and say, "It looks really good. I like it." And then I take it off and walk out.
I like look at the blood for a bit and go, you know, actually, I really like that. That looks even better. Maybe clean it off for now so it don't rust, but like the red could work.
So there's a crude blood red handprint on the left pauldron of this armor.
I wonder where you got the idea for that for, you bastard.
Conveniently, just a crimson handprint.
Yes, very convenient.
Go out the back and grab my shoulder piece.
You guys.
1, it's funny. 2, it's appropriate. 3, it looks good on the armor.
Yeah. So, any other preparations?
I'm just going to be rehearsing lines to try and give myself a bit of a speed shop against this woman. Other than that, no, not for me.
Okay.
I basically, once I finished, pressing my suit properly, I go sit at the kitchen table, have my data pad out, looking through all my research, just sort of going, yes, okay, yep, blah, 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 while I'm sipping on a cup of tea.
I'm not much different. I've just taken all the information that Charles has provided me, and I'm just sat in the Romnipotent just going through it.
I think mostly because I have the memory of a sausage, but that night before everyone goes to bed, Catalina will probably pull everyone together so that we can have a final rundown of what everything is happening and everyone's planning on doing.
Okay.
I'll come in my scarab.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to find a good heist soundtrack, which I probably should have done previously.
Catalina, are you and I just going to bullshit?
We are going as backup surveillance, also try and
But I mean, if anybody pulls us aside and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" He would just say, "Oh, we just need to check the pipes in Sector 82 or something, and hope that it's nearby."
Oh, we did you not memorize the blueprints? There is all of the sectors on there if you need to look at this. You should give it a review before tomorrow.
I will look at it before bed. But, sometimes mind is of potato.
We are going to do maintenance checks, routine checks, things like check pipes, check electrical points, safety switches, all the things.
And
Just
if
basic.
anything breaks, it isn't my fault. Excellent. It's typical Russian style.
Da.
Nice.
There we go.
Let's stick spanner into works, and if it still works afterwards, it's good. Then if it doesn't work afterwards, not my fault.
Okay, so
essentially we go in, but okay, everyone has a way in to this place. What is our goal eventually? Do we all want to have different goals, or do we all want to have one goal and meet up to achieve one goal? This is something we have not actually clarified.
From what everyone knows, I don't have a way in.
Okay, the holographic map of the facility you have.
Yes.
Well, that's the first thing we'd ask you. So, did everyone organize their way in?
From what I understand, my job is going to be probably to have a talk in the boss's office. I will walk my way through to there, Lockie accompanying me, probably unarmed. From there, my mission is to attempt to gain access to security consoles and get my code onto the system, which shouldn't be too hard. On the phone to her, she seemed pretty concerned with the risk and is probably going to let me do an audit at the bare minimum. Even if the cybertechs check out my stuff, I think it should pass for the moment. Once I've got access to the system, security will go down, and I will head to pre-tech research level 1 or 2 to attempt to pull data from their servers.
Okay. So that is you, Pim, and Loki, da?
That's at least me. Loki's role for at least the start of it will just be in case I go south. But after that, probably sabotage? I look at Loki and raise an eyebrow.
And he just gives you like 2 big thumbs up.
No, Loki. Remember, covered. We do
Alright,
not...
sneaky sabotage.
Da, you have to make sure nobody can notice it. Even after you're gone, it needs to be not obvious it was you.
Speaking of that,
He's gonna lean over to Darius and just be like, Hey, can you make an explosion silent?
I sort of laugh and go, no, but I can make sure no one can hear it.
Ain't that the same thing?
Pretty much.
While this is going on, I'm just going to be broadcasting what they're saying to each of the headsets of the users.
I mean, I'm not on a headset. We're face to face.
We're sitting at the
You're just
kitchen
in-
counter.
Yeah,
sorry, the
in-
dining table.
Right next to you, Lockie, because I'm going with you.
it's fine.
I see my job as 3 things. Security systems down, recovering data, and then causing as much goddamn damage as I possibly can.
Okay.
What is our plan, Catalina?
Well, our ultimate goal, one, I know personally we wish to get information about the pre-tech. I know we're all very curious about it. If we could take some, great. But is not primary goal, is secondary goal. Primary goal is to make sure their operations are halted for as long as possible. I suppose this is what we do. We go around and we do a maintenance, and by maintenance we go under radar. We go under radar and pretend to fix things, but actually screw them up.
So we are unmaintaining.
Da.
Unmaintenance?
Da, you know.
Is this facility primarily post-tech?
Probably.
Yes, it is. It is a pre-tech. It houses a pre-tech research facility, so they are manufacturing pre-tech. But for the most part, from the scans, you can see it is post-tech. It just makes pre-tech.
If I can get a look at some of their designs, I should be able to put a proverbial halt to everything.
This is something that you and Darius or Loki will have to organize, because we will be in separate teams.
The one thing I need to know is where are you not going to be? Because I'm going to raise a bunch of security alerts to draw people to problem areas that are not problems.
We will not be in office. We will probably... Actually, do we know what the main area for maintenance people is?
The main places where you would do maintenance would be the underbelly of the ship, is where like real physical maintenance would occur, and
like electrical maintenance and things like that,
Yeah.
like through the
electrical maintenance
That would
would
be-
also be like the main shaft. Like there's a shaft that runs parallel to
Yeah.
the lift that carries a lot of the cables.
Yeah, so that's where we'll probably be, and we'll be setting it up so that it's fucked up. Like it short fuses or something, and like cross-wire a few things that are not meant to be cross-wired, and fuck it up a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to cause as many problems as possible and hopefully call and evacuate ship.
We
If
are
we
going
can get the
to...
light pods active.
Okay, so we are primarily going to be in main shaft, like maintenance shafts, and the belly below, causing very unnoticeable at first problems that will become big problems later because they did not pick up on problem early.
Good.
But because we are maintenance, we are very free to walk most places without notice, because maintenance is required everywhere. So if you need us to be somewhere, just let us know. We will try and keep communication going when we can. Da?
Duh. Charles, if I may,
Da.
Yes.
Charles, how are you
This-
getting on?
this ship is equipped with a spike drive, isn't it?
No, space
It would-
station.
It would have a spike drive to test with, not one that would actually make it
Yeah.
work.
So, like, they don't keep spike drives on space stations because it's impractical and expensive to actually move them around. They would potentially have like small-scale tests of spike drives and probably some in the midst of being installed, but that's about it.
Yep. Okay.
I have a job interview tomorrow.
You have
That's
what?
how I'm getting on.
But you work with us. Like what?
Come
I've got a
again?
job interview on the station.
Oh, that is.
Impressive.
You all have your sneaky ways to get onto places. This is how I do it.
Sure.
Okay. So.
Except everyone else's doesn't leave a name trail.
I was going in there for a job interview, that is all.
It's true.
Is very true. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. No illegal, nothing. Just
I would suggest you don't attempt any sabotage unless shit goes south. If shit goes south, then our names are blown anyway.
okay. So everyone gets on ship. That's good. So how do we get out?
Well,
You can't hold?
there's going to be escape pods at some section of the ship in case they have an industrial accent, say in the pre-tech rooms or things like that. I'm going to sound the alarms and, as well as causing damage, attempt to cause a full ship scale evacuation.
Okay. And do we evacuate with evacuation, or do we stay on ship and evacuate on our own because it's false alarm?
You can
You
take
would-
your
we would-
choice. I'm not sure how much damage I'm going to do.
It would be better if we evacuate with them, because otherwise it would be suspicious, I would think.
I think for us, we should definitely evacuate with them because we are dressed as maintenance. We are looking like them. If we are not going the same way as them, it would look unusual.
This is correct, yes.
But the rest of them are visitors to this place, so
Then it would be
less noticeable if they are not missing later.
Lucky,
I believe I disagree. It would be better to get out of here as fast as we can.
True. If I could stay around longer, there's guarantees that I could cause more damage. Plus, it's going to take time to move the data, so I will try and stay at the bare minimum. But Lockie, if you could bring Vesuvius, they'll take it off you at reception, and we can just call it a cutting tool for emergencies. We'll leave it at their reception, and we can possibly convince them to collect it later. Worst comes to worst, we get it when we leave.
I don't know if I want to risk it though. I mean, I already lost one of my toys.
That's fair. Do you have something else of high power that can cause large damage?
I mean, I got several different weapons.
Something that will pass off as a tool.
I mean, I'm here as a security detail. Surely I'm allowed some form of weaponry.
We'll have to see.
Yes, you will.
rocket launcher. It is useful as a tool.
So,
If you wish to punch holes in things.
Okay.
it sounds like you've got a decent plan.
We have some kind of plan, yes. We will
Darius,
see how it shakes out when we get on board.
if there is
Hey.
opportunity and possibility, I want to try and steal some of their research. I'm very curious about pre-tech after we met those aliens on that planet that make me look like this.
I pick up the briefcase that's sitting next to my chair and dump it on the table. This is what I asked from Antoine. 22 kilovolts of crystalline storage.
It
This'll
sounds
hold
heavy.
This will hold pretty much any of the data on that space station, unless they have their own ones of these sitting there as well.
Okay, so you are going to try and steal it?
Of course.
Okay. If you need, and if you need Dimitri or I, just let us know. We'll be in the maintenance shafts then, I suppose.
It shouldn't be too hard to patch into it myself.
Okay, but how long will it take for a download?
Depends on how much data they have and its level of encryption.
Well, I guess that's all we can plan for in advance. I guess next step is to take action. Everyone get a good night's sleep, no?
Okay. And
This
so
background music.
I set up.
I can't actually hear it.
Oh.
Boom, 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 boom.
it's such it's like light, jazzy heist music. It's perfect.
I set up my the preset fabricator to make another dose of regalia.
Okay. It should be done by morning.
Not that I want to, but I might not have a choice.
Good plan.
While you're not using it, you should just have it on permanent production.
That's
It's
expensive.
650 credits each time.
You got the money.
I do, but I'm also trying to save.
Fair.
Okay. Now we will smash cut to the next morning. You are all in your appropriate attire. It's very appropriately Ocean 6, where it's just like side of wipe. It's the morning. You are all standing outside the main shuttle bay. Come with me if you want to live. There we go.
Now, I feel like Dimitri and I would have small backpacks with our uniforms in it, and we would actually probably get changed at a public bathroom somewhere.
Yeah.
Because
Or the
being
staff
seen
bathroom.
leaving our ship in those outfits would be a bit too obvious.
So you are like smart enough to kind of like not walk in as a group and just like kind of trickle your way in. You were all basically given a rendezvous point. Conveniently, they seem to have wanted to get to handle the meeting with Darius and Lockie at around the same time as Dr. Charles. So you got the same shuttle launch window. So you're all like standing around awkwardly, like pretending not to know each other, and then after some time waiting, Catalina, Dimitri, you see similarly dressed people as you, kind of making their way up around the building towards one of the shuttles, and you think, yes, I'll go with them. So you two end up aboard one of these shuttles, and Lockie, Darius, and Charles will end up on another one.
Sorry.
I'm staring at my compad the entire time, going through other research papers.
I'm just mouthing off and bitching about Lockie the entire time. Just shit like, be careful with that damn case, you fool. You know, just constant, just berating.
I'm
Okay.
projecting cartoons to Lockie's heads-up display. Even in a suit, we can watch cartoons together.
Indeed. And so these two shuttles take off. Dimitri, Catalina, you are kind of surrounded by some quizzical individuals. They're dressed like you, but you can tell by what they're carrying that they're probably workers and engineers, and you would probably get some questions of, like, so who are you? Where's Elena and Arcady?
There was a roster change, it seems, to make for. We are doing some emergency check-ins and checkups today. They asked us to come in, and apparently they got some people to not come in today. I assume that's who they asked to not come in?
I suppose. This seems very strange. Why they not tell us about this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like they told me at like 11 o'clock last night. I'm pissed.
Duh. I got last minute call. It was literally just as I would fallen asleep. I get phone call say you come in morning, duh, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's not like I wanted sleep anyway.
Okay, can the two of you please make me persuade rolls? with charisma.
I'm really
What is
bad
this
at
charisma
this.
stuff?
Can
mean-
can I use my profession for this? Since it's lying.
I'll allow it. It's part of your cover story. Besides, like this shouldn't be difficult because you've assembled a compelling narrative.
It's difficult for me, apparently.
I mean, you get some like an odd look or two from amongst the staff, but no one is paid enough to care, really. So like to Catalina, it's kind of like, yeah, I feel that like this can be the worst. You perhaps get a bit of a yeah, whatever, I don't care kind of a response.
This is why you pay your staff better.
No one cares about the maintenance.
No,
but they'll
nobody
like,
in maintenance cares about staff changes that much.
not really. You can do the job? Yeah? Okay, cool. That's it.
But since these engineers probably ride the same shuttle with the most days, it's fair enough to be all like, wait, who are you? And where are the other guys?
Yeah.
So you ride along in the shuttle. Not now. Whoever's texting me. No. You
Is it Mother 2?
fly away. And you arrive at the Bodmin station. I will go le paste. Go. So, bloop. I said bloop. I'm now going to. I get to have some fun. I'm going to go.
Uh-oh.
Is this all good? Yes, this is all good. Layer. Map layer. Except a few guys should be on the token layer.
I am suddenly terrified.
Oh god.
Wrong layer, Rory. Wrong layer.
I'm moving people to the token layer. Okay. You like as you are coming in, you see that there are like smaller doors built into the side of a much larger door that this station has for ships coming in and out, and these shuttles both kind of back up, dock, and then the doors slide open. Something else should also be present.
Rory.
Yep.
Chris was just asking what the name of the Catman was and the planet he came from because he couldn't remember.
Yes. The Catman's name is Lewis Green, and is from the planet Monteros. Monteros.
Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Thank you.
No problem. So, people are standing and are prepared for the arrival of certain party members. As the doors open up, you see this big looking ship in front of you. It's very smooth and streamlined. You've probably seen a few of them around, flagged as comms vessels. Basically, they are freighters with pretext spike drives built in, designed specifically to carry information to and from various locations as quickly as possible. This one currently has a large portion of its back end dismantled, and there's a variety of different engineers and techs currently at work, or probably about to down tools and swap with the new arrivals, basically installing a pretext spike drive in the back of this thing.
Hey, look at that. I think I would prefer to be looking working on this today than fucking around in tunnels and ticking boxes on spreadsheets.
You know what we were asked to do.
Oh, I know, but this is beautiful, and then yeah, never mind. Fine.
It's true. Is very. Duh.
As the engineers leave, they're like, "Sorry, guys, them's the breaks. See you after for drinks, duh."
Duh. Sure. Of course. The usual place.
Yeah, of course.
Duh.
and they just go about their business, begin getting to work maintaining this device.
We
Dr. Charles?
probably would have spent that time also, like... That's... I don't know what the expression is, but it's not the one that popped into my head. Getting to know them a little bit. Like, oh yeah, you know, and we'll make up false names.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling.
Oh, I went to say knocking heads. That's really not the way the phrase goes.
No.
No.
No. Knocking heads is what, you know, you and I do sometimes.
No, rubbing shoulders. No, bumping shoulders? No,
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Rubbing shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a massively long flight, so you would have time for some small talk and some banter, which they are, like, maybe okay with engaging in, but yeah.
It's not
That's
like
all.
super in-depth conversation, just like, hey, you know, wear this, you're that, cool, yeah, catch you later.
I think this is now to scale. Well, that's close enough. Because these should be bigger at this perspective. Yes. So, as Dr. Charles, Lockie, with Pimento and Darius kind of pull off the ship, Dr. Charles, you are met by a very crisply dressed looking woman who approaches you and introduces herself as Anne. She's dressed definitely like a scientist.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes. The pleasure is all mine. If you would come this way, we'll be having a conversation in the labs.
Certainly. And I'll follow behind.
And you can follow along. I'm realizing, why do you have that there? There we go. And you can toddle off along with her. Darius, you are approached by a security officer who is working at the station, who essentially says, yes, you are... Did you give them a fake name?
Yes, I did.
What was the fake name?
Luis Senderos, I believe.
Okay. So you're approached by this officer who has a combat and just says, Mr. Senderos, yes?
Me.
Excellent, yes. Right, you have a meeting with the big boss in about 10 minutes. Let's make sure you're all good to go. You must be his...
Hired help.
Yes.
Be careful with the damn case.
Gonna, like, grumble, but, like, shift a bit so make it look like I'm, you know, holding it better.
Okay. Now, none of you are armed, no?
No.
No, I'm wearing just a suit.
No, like, this is the guard, like seeing Lockie and going, are you armed at all, sir?
I mean, he would definitely be able to see the sword on his back. The modern blade.
I'm going to have to take any cumbersome weapons you may be carrying.
Yeah. He'll just unsheath it, place it in his hands. Take care of that thing.
I will do so. And so, while not expressly indicated, there would probably be the equivalent of like storage lockers built into the bulkhead. So this guy probably walks over to one of them, presents his compad. It snaps open, and he just inserts the blade inside and closes it up and says, "You'll get that back once we're done."
Acceptable.
And you two are led off towards the elevator. Dr. Charles, you probably would end up taking the elevator first, like prior to the rest of the party. So once we proceed through here, I'm just going to reveal a bit more of the map. We've got a token layer. There are large, heavy pieces of machinery, basically having components fed into them by the forklift operator, and all of these machines have conveyor belts linking them, pipes as well. Think classic assembly line, but you see like flares of pre-tech here and there as things are like coming and going.
Yeah, there's a lot of pre-tech around here for this system. Don't normally see that much outside of Elfdus.
We've been quite convenient in terms of the research that we have been able to gain access to. Now, please follow me, and you are escorted into the elevator and are whisked away. I'd say you're taken to pre-tech level 2.
Yep.
Real boop-a-doop-a-dee-boo-boo, token layer. Layer, is that everything? Oops. Yep. That's all good. Okay. So you are whisked off to pre-tech level 2, and as soon as you make your way out of the doors, it's kind of like, boom, this is heaven. You can see things that you probably would recognize from your time doing research as test chambers. All of these different cylinders each contain a permutation of a small pre-tech spike drive, and you probably would have done something quite similar to this. Each one is being kept at different atmospheric, gravitational, other things, like different kinds of states, and being maintained at those states to see how they react long term to these conditions. And yes.
So
Then
basically, it would have been what we did before the accident, but we mixed up which design we were meant to be using, and it exploded in my face.
Yeah, basically. And as you are led around in this direction to take a seat, you can see various other pieces of pre-tech technology. These setups are akin to a starship's cockpit, and are attached to what is a fully constructed but half-scale spike drive, and at the very least, this one is being intimately tended to by a small team doing some tests on their own.
Yep.
And you're just led to a table and asked to take a seat to have a conversation.
I take a seat.
Okay.
Do you take it?
After that, I will just quickly jump over to the lads down here. I'm going to chat. You are also escorted by elevator. Any small talk as you travel?
I just a relatively rude blocky.
Okay. You'd probably get some, like, an odd look or two from the guard escorting you, probably akin to, what did this guy do to justify this?
Lockie's gonna try when the guard looks over to him, just roll his eyes fuck's sake. Contracts,
Okay.
right, man? You know how it is.
Like, when he thinks Darius isn't looking, he kind of gives you a knowing nod, and then just keeps on
A
maintaining focus
message
forward.
appears on Lockie's heads up display saying, "Do you think Darius is trying a little too hard?"
Lockie won't say anything, but he'll kind of
You can just nod reflexively.
Yeah.
I've got my compad behind my back, and I'm just going to text Loki, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just imagining Lockie just bursting out into laughter for no reason, apparently. And Darius going, "What the fuck? Are you simple or something? What are you laughing at?"
Yeah, I just put up on the screen a picture of butt for no reason. Just an ass. Just appears on the screen. Yeah, with the cartoon noise, yeah.
So you ride your way up to the boss's office.
Terrifying.
I can't remember her name.
Okay. Did I give her a name on the thing?
Yes.
Was it visible?
I spoke to her and knew her name. For a
They
bit.
updated the thing! They updated the thing! Oh, I see. Yeah. Yes, you know that what her name is.
Yeah, she
I'll
told
just-
us her name. Well, rather
I'll
Darius.
just- Is that the correct layer?
Oh no, we found out her name by research.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
hacking.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
she
then
is.
I called her directly. Yep.
Yep. Yes, her name is Svetlana Lebedev.
Yep.
And so you
Lebedev.
step out of the elevator, admiring the fine carpeting on the floors, and you round a corner and see a waiting room.
This is weird because the bottom of the map is offset from the.
Red arrows.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, everything's offset for me for some reason. Like
It's-
the map is moved down and to the right, whereas everything on top of it is fine.
Refresh. Because it's
Yeah.
actually fine. I think on your end it's just messed up.
Yeah, this
Oh, okay.
this should be okay. Like it seems alright to me. So
Okay,
yes,
sorry.
you are led out into this nice waiting area. The security guard just like stands in the corner and kind of tilts their head towards the couches, and you are directed to take a seat. Also present in the room appears to be Miss Lebedev's secretary, who is just sitting with a tablet on her lap, kind of just like adjusting holograms in front of her. I'm not really paying any attention to you right now. Yep, and that is where you are.
Yep.
Next, we go to the crew that has more freedom. What are Catalina and Dimitri doing? They just walked off the shuttle?
Yeah, so I presume that we would head first to the engine bay. No, the belly. What is it? The ship's belly?
Yep. How do you get there?
Hang on. Isn't there? There's hatches, isn't there, to get down there?
Yes. And where are they?
I presume there's an entrance through the maintenance next to the lift.
You presume correctly. I'm just seeing how much you remember. Is this?
Deductive reasoning.
Yeah, you would probably. No, I'm good at this. Okay. Whoop. You make your way around the elevator shaft, and you see that there is a hatch in the floor, and can proceed through it down. There are various different like workers and people who are like doing things in the factory, and while some of them look at you, no one really pays you any mind because you are dressed for the job and are going where you're supposed to.
Yep. And we will head down there.
Yeah. Grab your peeps, go wee. You basically descend out of. You climb down a ladder, which would be roughly here.
Is there anyone else down there?
No, it's all you guys. You are by yourself,
Perfect.
and you see around you, like a series of platforms with holes that kind of drop away. So the weird grey teal is basically platforms you can walk on, and the navy blue is basically drops that go further down into the belly of the machinery and contain the reactor and other things. Surrounding you are the main maneuvering jets that allow the station to fly around if it needs to.
Maintain orbit.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, Dimitri. What do you think? What should we do? Leak fuel slowly? That will only stop them for a short time. What
Drop
about...
grenade down the hole.
That will blow
But I
up the
did not
place.
bring one. No, it won't. It will just cause a problem.
It will blow
An
up.
exploding kind of problem. okay, I like.
This is last case scenario after we finish, maybe.
No, but I did not bring grenades, so it does not matter.
Remember that we're all still on this station, and not everyone's wearing power armor like Lockie.
This is not Star Wars 1 where everything instantly explodes, with one little fire.
How do you know?
I don't. I'm just...
Catalina's gonna walk up to the nearest machine, like the engine.
Sure.
And just start inspecting it to see if there's some way I can...
punch all the buttons at once.
No, I want to subtly sabotage it. So what I want to do is see if I can rewire something so that it will work inefficiently, and not and then see if there's a point where at some point down the line it will cause a short circuit and essentially internally blow up.
Here is a better idea. How about we rewire all the panels so that and then cause a minor problem, and then they come rushing down here to fix it and to make it worse by pressing all the buttons wrong. Too much effort?
We can do that afterwards. I want to do this first. I do like
Okay.
the rewiring of the buttons, though. That is good idea. We are definitely doing this because that makes me laugh.
Okay. So essentially, just like take the front of a control panel and then just attach the buttons to different functions in the back.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. So it's like nothing, and I will show Dimitri what I've done so he can proceed to do that and repeat it on the other 3 machines, while I attempt to set up a set it up so that the wiring is...
do it random on each one.
Yeah. As in, no, just so he knows, like, hey, these are the ones you want to rearrange. Do them in whatever way you want. Like, just so that he has a guidance of what he's doing. He's not going to pull something and electrocute himself.
So,
but yeah, so
you both pull out.
Oh, yeah?
I want to rewire one of these machines so it's no longer working at primary efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to set up a different one of these machines to potentially be able to short circuit and basically fry itself. Not
Okay,
now, but
so-
in a week's time.
Okay,
So
so
like
you
it'll
both
slowly wear itself
yeah,
out.
I get it. So you both pull out like toolkits and meta tools, and as Dimitri starts to faff about, just messing with buttons and being a general nuisance, which is itself simple enough to do with your skill sets. Catalina, roll me a post-tech roll with intelligence to see what you can find that's worth messing with. Okay. I'd say one of the more immediate things that comes to mind is
I find something better.
Indeed. So what comes to mind for you is a prank that has probably occurred previously, where you crack open the fuel, like the part of the engine that measures the fuel ratio in relation to other components. And essentially what you do is you cut a hole in the pipe leading into that. So the pressure is lowered in relation to the actual sensor that checks how much fuel is there, which will make the rest of the machine react by increasing the pressure to compensate, which will cause a more considerable leak, like before the sensor. And over time, that leak is going to get into other systems and begin to cause problems.
Also, oil leaking in a system fucks with a lot of stuff. Like any belts that are in there, they're gonna be shredded. They will break and probably explode the machine. Any like metals in there will start corroding. Yeah, it causes a disaster. Fluids in a machine, no good.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing's
Especially-
gonna get fucked.
Yeah, that's what I want to happen. But I don't want it to look like obvious sabotage. I want it to look like wear and tear. So just
Indeed.
like...
So ragged holes, not pristine holes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not cutting it with a blade. I'm like cutting it with a screw.
Okay, sure.
So it kind of looks like something's kind of burst and just scored it.
Dimitri, you have your own ponderings over here as you're tinkering with this engine, you realize that there is something really, really funny you can do with these buttons if you get it exactly right. There is a series of buttons you would press on this device to basically ask it to spit you out a systems diagnostic. But what you can do is basically replace all of the backing of those buttons with the buttons that say dump fuel. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Okay. So as a person as a person begins a diagnostic, it's just them saying yes to dumping all the fuel.
On a slow release.
Yeah, basically.
And then on one of the other machines, I want to set it to short circuit and fry its circuits.
And when will it do that?
Slowly, in an unpredictable number of days. But
okay.
Maybe like a day or two, maybe 3 days.
Sure thing.
I'll go over to this one here and do it.
Yeah. Make me another push-check roll. See how well you can pull that one off.
Can we perhaps set one of the engines just to fire? And can't be turned off?
Nah, because that's too immediate of a reaction.
No, but don't like right now. I mean, like in a couple of days, it just.
Okay, we're gonna cut away from the belly of the station since you just rolled double ones, and go back up to Dr. Charles.
Yeah, we've probably been fucking around in there for at least a good hour.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have buttons to read it.
So, Dr. Charles, you are sitting at this table. There's industrious work going on around you. Look at this, feels like home.
Yeah.
I mean, people aren't quite as well dressed as you would like, but this feels like home. Like
of course they're not as well dressed as I would like. They're not on Elftis.
Yeah, like there's like a tea tray on the table as you sit down with like a fresh pot of tea with various different tea bags for you to choose from, just waiting as you sit down.
At that point, I see the tea and I just sort of sit there and go, back in civilization. And I select a tea bag and pop it in a cup of tea and sort of raise the teapot to pour water, and I sort of look at Anne and go, tea?
Oh, yes, please.
Which one?
Earl Grey, thank you.
Yeah, and I set up with that, pour the tea, and then sort of move the 2 teacups in front of each of us and just sort of sit there and let it steep for a bit.
She says, so, what brings a man like you all the way out here from Elftis?
A multitude of things. Unfortunate accidents on the place that I decided to start a doctor's practice, and then I decided to found an opportunity in a courier company to work as the shipboard doctor. And I don't think that's the right position for me. I think I'd much rather get back into the research side of science. I've missed it a lot since I left Elftis.
Wow. There is a lot to miss, and I think outside of Elftis, you've probably found one of the best places in the sector to restart your research into pre-tech spike drives.
Yes, I wasn't expecting you to find it at QP.
Well, we found the proximity to certain choice minerals made it quite a tempting proposition.
It would make it a lot easier for some of the things that you have to do, yes.
Indeed. Now. Just thinking. What do I say? She says, so, if you would be okay, perhaps going into some more detail as to what you engaged in terms of research on Elftis, that would be appreciated.
Basically, we were researching at that point, what would it have been? Level 5?
4 probably.
4?
Yeah, I mean for 4 at the time, but since it's just made up to 5.
Yeah. So basically, I would have been on the starting levels of us researching level 5 back on Alphys. In increasing its range, increasing its proficiencies, going through helping it maintain stability better. One of those experiments didn't end well. Yes, basically just making sure we can implement as much of the pre-tech efficiencies into our technology without losing any of the performance.
Cool. Now, would you be willing to perhaps give us a small demonstration?
I could try. I haven't used one of these in a while, but yeah, I can give it a go.
Indeed. If you were to begin working here, then your proficiency with such devices would be paramount. So, she kind of half finishes her tea, sets it down, and gestures over to this
empty one.
The half scale one, and just says, "I have pre-programmed this with a scenario that may come up. If you would be so kind as to attempt to resolve it."
Sure. I take it you want a pre-tech roll?
Yes, please.
Using wisdom or intelligence?
Your choice.
We'll go with wisdom. Creative thinking on how to fix it.
Indeed.
I hate pressing this button.
Tell me the fuck about it, man.
Damn, there you go.
Asshole.
11.
Oh, you did not make fool of yourself, Charles.
Yeah.
For once.
So you kind of settle in, and over the course of maybe like half an hour, you're working through the various subsystems, bouncing between the console and the machines, checking various vents and valves, just doing the stuff that you would normally do. And as you do it, it feels a lot more and more natural as your old memories start flooding back to you.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, it's just like riding a bike. So
it's like riding a bike with a nuclear bomb.
It's if you don't think about how much power you're playing with, it's easier to do it. And you'll just
it's hard for me not to think about the power that I play with, because I know it killed my team.
Mm-hmm.
Even at half size, it'd be enough to basically blow a hole in the side of the station.
Don't worry, I think I've got that covered.
Please wait until I'm off.
That emergency we were planning? Yeah, it's gonna be real.
Oh no.
Sorry, guys.
And so you spend quite a bit of time just working on this, and each time your gaze meets, and she looks quite impressed with what you're doing. She's like, all right.
Basically, I'm putting all her other scientists to shame.
Yeah, I occasionally I think you probably catch like a flirtatious look perhaps from her as well. She's kind of like, oh my.
And while looking at this thing, do I notice any way that it could be, I could change something inside using telekinesis that might cause it to go critical? Hey, I've survived one.
Another pre-tech roll, but this time with... Oh, yeah, I'll say again with wisdom, since you're doing some creative thinking.
Ooh.
As you're thinking of sabotage, all you can really think about is what happened when
yeah. I'm having NAM flashbacks, man.
Yeah, you're thinking, ooh, perhaps I'll do that. Then you just flash back to
6 months in bed, going.
Screaming the smell of burnt flesh. Yeah.
So you think you could do something, but it would be profoundly extreme.
And it wouldn't end well for me.
It would not end well for you. Like, it is a very Dr. Charles thing to do, to obsessively go over your work and find out exactly what went wrong. So you know exactly what went wrong.
That's another thing that I'm like looking at. I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong last time? Because like, to all the calculations I had made up until that point, it should not have blown up in my face, but it did. So I'm sort of like, obsessive compulsively just sort of like going, but why?
Okay, and you spend a decent amount of time working on that under the supervision of Anne. Now, we will slide up to the boss's office, where after a few minutes of waiting around, would Darius and Lockie have taken a seat or just remain standing?
Lockie would not have.
I wouldn't have. In the moment that Lockie went to take a seat, I would berate him again and say, "What? I'm not paying you to sit."
No, I said I wasn't going to.
Yeah, I know. But if
How would you sit? The chair would collapse underneath you.
True.
Just curious. Does Darius, Lockie, or Pim speak Russian?
No.
No.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
A
No.
little bit,
Don't you?
yeah.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
Hang
I
on.
thought you spoke Russian.
Let me check that and confirm.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Because Miss Lebedev is like speaking
Yes,
off her top.
English, Farsi, and Russian.
Yeah. So
That's how overlap.
So as you are standing there waiting for Miss Lebedev to be free, she is having a conversation in Russian, and you would probably be able to overhear enough that it's probably it's a little bit heated. Like, it sounds like she's having a bit of an argument with someone. You can't quite tell exactly what's going on, but she's saying things like, oh, "You're always like this, and I can't believe you," and things like that. So she's having a bit of a disagreement with somebody on the other line.
Okay.
And after about 10 minutes, she's finished and kind of just does the whole like tries to regain her composure and says, "Lewis."
Yes. I just immediately walk over to the desk and dump the case on the desk and sit down in a chair.
Okay. She says, so it is a pleasure to meet you, and she kind of extends her hand over this wide desk to shake it.
Excuse me for being rude, but I'm going to skip the pleasantries. I'm here because of the possible risk of a terrorist threat, as previously described.
Now, I do take... well, she's Russian. Now, I do
But
take...
he's speaking Russian as well.
Okay, well then, I'm not going to attend to the accent then, because she's speaking flawless Russian, which sounds English, because stereotypes. She says... That's how this flipping film industry operates. All of the European people sound English speaking in their native tongue, which is stupid and ridiculous, but it's a trope for a reason.
Yep. So
she says, "I do take threats against my station quite seriously, and upon completing our conversation, I did have our lab techs given extensive search of our service and found nothing. So I'd be curious to gain any insights you carry."
I turn to Lockie and just say, "Lockie, please secure the room immediately." And then I turn back to her and just say, "I'm going to reveal some things that might be personal and sensitive to you that I would like you to remove your own staff for. Just briefly."
Okay. Well, Lockie, upon hearing that you should secure the room, what is your immediate reaction?
So it's who else is in the room? Is there anyone other than just?
There is her secretary and a guard who is just like in the corner watching. Yeah.
He would basically do a quick move around the room, checking for any possible like other entrances or anything like that, and then upon Darius saying that the others should leave, he'll kind of like move to the door and hold it open as if like, here's the door, out you go. To
Okay,
them.
so you move past them to the elevator, press the call button, and then just hold it open and be like, "Go on." Darius, can you please make me a persuade roll to see if she's willing to adhere to your request?
Yep. Charisma, of course. 9.
Not bad. Okay, she kind of gives like a nod to her secretary and the guard and says, "It will be fine. Just wait down in the office space." And Darius, can you please make me a perception check as she addresses these two?
Yep. In wisdom?
Yes.
Okay.
4. Whatever it is, I haven't noticed.
That's okay. So she informs her staff to proceed out. They both get into the elevator, and you get kind of a like what could have been like a work. Am I right? From the guard is now kind of a weird look to you, Lockie. It's kind of a this is odd, but I guess I'll do it.
As he gives me that look, I'm actually gonna like shrug, like, yeah, boss's orders kind of thing.
Fair enough. And so the doors close, and these two descend out of your purview. And now it is just the four of you alone in the room.
I stand up very suddenly and adjust my tie on my badly fitting suit. And I apologize, but unfortunately I do not put much stock in your technicians, especially since one of them is a known terrorist on my planet. Now, here's the thing. I'm the best of the best. I find out where these scum are, I hunt them down, and I protect people against them. You don't think I've done my background work on every single person in this building? For example, I know that you have a 60 grand debt to a goddamn gambling den on the planet off-site. I don't care about that, but I care that lives are at stake. Now, please, let me do my job.
She will stand up to meet your gaze and says, "Excuse me? How are my personal finances relevant to your investigation?" And to you, Lockie and Pim, this turned from like a kind of like, "Oh yes, that's Vidania," pleasantries, to a very angry Russian woman speaking angrily in Russian.
And I smile slightly and stop and say, "Exactly, they aren't. But that's my job. I need to know everything. And part of that is knowing anything that might put you or anyone on this station in danger. I apologize for being terse, but I need you to know that I mean business here. There is a serious risk to this station."
Okay. Make me another persuade roll. Try and defuse the situation you've created.
Oh, no, it's intentional. I don't want to diffuse it. I want to make it seem that I'm someone who is an asshole, an arrogant prick, but competent enough to actually know what he's talking about, just not really caring about his feelings.
Nice.
Yeah. Well then, make the roll, but basically convey this persona you are putting on, who actually isn't too far of a departure from actual Darius, if we're honest.
Yeah, it's a 12. So
God, nice.
Everyone believes him. Everyone.
And I'm just going to stand there staring at her momentarily.
She gives kind of a, all right.
Look, here's the deal. I need access to your security console. I have this program here that I'm happy for your cyberware geeks to check out before I plug in. but it's going to perform a quick scan across the system, see if the unauthorized code is in the system. If it is, we will figure out where to go next. If it's not, I leave the station. You never hear from me again.
Well, we were prepared for such an eventuality, and she pulled out this chunky looking box from behind her desk and just deposited it in front of you. You've seen something like this before. It's probably the equivalent of a secure off-site box that can be accessed remotely. So basically, if you run your hack into this thing, it can be checked by somebody remotely without it gaining access to the system at large.
Yep.
So
I'm going to raise I'm immediately going to raise an eyebrow to her and say, "Really? This is hard-coded deep shit. It's in the core of the system. To have access to look for it, I need access to the core of the system. This won't do that.
Yes. I need to trust that your intentions are honorable. So please, whatever code you've prepared, please allow my technicians to examine it remotely."
Okay. I flick open the data pad, stick it into the back of the machine, or swipe it across to the back of the machine, and immediately on the screen, it just says, whatever it has access to on that machine, which I assume is very, very little, it'll immediately start bringing up saying, checks, just saying, clear, clear, clear. And it looks like it's going a standard virus scan.
Okay. She kind of pulls out her own compad, presses some buttons, and says, "Our technicians are currently checking it."
This will need to run on the main system. Otherwise, I'm just checking this box, which is thoroughly useless.
I'm sure. I just appreciate that as seriously as you're taking your job is as seriously as I'm taking mine. I will perform any and all required precautions to make sure that our station remains safe.
At that point, I raise an eyebrow and then slowly let the demeanor relax and look a little bit more forgiving intentionally and just go, "It's good. I'm sorry. I've seen the consequences previously, and I heard of the other explosion on QP recently. I don't know if it's linked, but I want to figure out what the fuck is happening."
Could you perhaps tell me more about the circumstances leading up to that incident? It may provide some insights.
That particular incident?
Yes.
I had forensics on site and trying to do it, but something about, I don't know. We don't have enough forensic information yet, is the honest answer.
That is unfortunate. And so what proceeds is probably a pretty subdued, half an hour of her, she'll probably ask you to return to the lounge and take a seat as she takes some more calls. But she insists that her techs are working as fast as they can. So basically, time passes and you two wait in the lounge if you're prepared to do that.
Yep. As I'm walking down with Lockie, I just go, "Lockie, if that passes, we're all clear. But if it doesn't, we could be in a world of hurt. Get ready to fight."
Figured as much.
Now, I shall make a roll on behalf of her lab techs. Not bad. Not good enough.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you rolled an 11 when coding this, so...
I think it was a 12 to make it hidden and 11 to make the hack. I can't remember.
Bars,
something like that.
Yeah, bar's pretty damn high, and you've done your job well making this. So they don't really catch on, and as your code is finished being checked, she says, it appears your code has been, and then you just hear, and that sound is originating and echoing all throughout the station's belly, as Catalina has touched something she really, really shouldn't have.
Wait, hang on. You said my con's fine, right?
And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh,
I knew that was going to happen.
Damn it, I couldn't make a luck save!
no, this is perfect. It's perfect timing.
I
'Cause
know,
they've
I
just
know.
confirmed that it's fine, so now I can demand access to the actual system to stop whatever's happening.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Stop
Except-
whatever's happening.
Oh, fuck yeah, I know what's going on.
So, we shall see what happens with this party.
I feel like Catalina would have sent everyone a text or gotten Dimitri to send a text going,
It
Catalina
just says,
fucked up.
oops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally like, oops.
So as soon as you do it, and the alarm sound, it's just like, whoops. So both him and Lockie see like, oops from Catalina pop up on the HUD of your suit as alarms are blaring.
Just so you guys know, it's
Eyes
actually
right now,
me.
I would roll them.
Yeah, but Darius is a little startled, which is why the very first thing he asked, she said, wait, you said my code is fine, right?
Oh God, was this me?
No, but he's still intelligent enough to play it off as, hang on, it could have been someone else. I just need to press this, because if I don't press it, then we're really fucked.
Well, guys, you are mid-heist.
I reckon that couldn't have gone any better.
This is
Well,
progressing very interesting.
it's a
now.
Lima.
Any better for you, maybe?
No.
So-
I'm in the perfect position now.
You are. I'm
So-
stuck
yeah.
in the middle of a lab by myself.
No, you've got your
With-
girlfriend, whatever her name is, to rescue
With
the
a-
eminent Dr. Charles and take him to safety.
Oh, I really.
And all of
wanna
a sudden you get
continue playing this.
trapped in an escape pod together.
I really want
Sure.
to continue playing this because this is the perfect setup to basically just.
I want to
shit
know what I
now.
fucked up, man. I want to know if I'm gonna
No,
die
no.
from explosions.
Legit, that could not have. Like, legit, that could not have occurred at a better time because they've verified what I'm doing, and now I have a reason to demand immediate access without any more checks.
Like this, I feel like this entire heist paced itself pretty well. Like you guys said, we spent about like half an hour to an hour tinkering down thus far.
Yeah.
Cut over to Dr. Charles. He's working away. It's taking some time. Cut up to you guys. It takes some time for the techies to certify your code, and then it just all kicks off.
Yeah.
So this is the part in Ocean's 11 where everything goes wrong, and then you find out at the end it was all planned.
It was all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan, guys. Definitely all part of the plan.
Sure. I'm thinking I might have to use regalia just so that I can fucking summon a vac suit.
No more regalia. No more regalia.
No,
As long as you
don't.
as long as you guys don't force me to have to use it, I won't use it.
It's
Oh,
fine. I
yeah,
just
yeah,
short circuited
That's right.
something.
Yeah,
Blame your
example.
addiction on everyone
Yeah.
else. Blame your
Yeah.
addiction on
Yeah.
everyone else.
What is wrong
Yeah,
with
as-
you?
That
You
is a
clash.
true addict
You
right
fucking-
there.
Yeah.
As long as you don't make me use it.
It wouldn't be, like you'd get high, but that's
It's
about
not
it.
as if I
Yeah.
fucking. It's not as if
Get
I'm
really
holding
high.
you down, applying the tourniquet, and then going from there.
Don't make me use it. No, legit.
Yeah.
Legit. This is like the best setup.
Okay,
I've ever
so
had.
in terms of where we're going next,
Hang on.
Yes.
Is my phone just crashed?
No.
No,
good heist.
we can hear.
No, you're good.
Cool.
Okay, so on my end, we have two options for rating. One is Games Lab, currently playing Stardew Valley with one viewer, so that would be nice. The other is currently there is Desert Bus for Hope, which
Nurse of
is.
the West is also got 3 viewers.
Have you guys not heard of Desert Bus for Hope? It's really good.
What is it?
It's basically a a charity stream that raises money for Child's Play by playing
Oh,
the game Desert Bus.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
They have
For a good
made
cause.
over $6.5 million for Child's Play over their now 14 years of doing this. And I think, yes, it is Desert Bus. They are playing a game from Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors because the game Desert Bus was made by Penn and Teller as kind of a way of demonstrating the absolute simplicity of what video games are. Because in Desert Bus, you drive from like Vegas to Nevada, like from Nevada to somewhere else.
Oh, that's right. I've heard that.
And back again over 8 hours, and that's it. The only gameplay is that the bus constantly lifts like
Lists
drifts
leftwards. Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit to the left.
That
And
would be infuriating.
yeah. And so they like began doing this as a charity of kind of like, okay, we are going to do this. Please fund us. And their first time doing it, I think they made over $10,000 because they got on the news in Canada and we're all like, stuff happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool
No,
thing.
good on them. What a
I like
terrible game, though.
But they have like 3.3k viewers right now.
Yeah, so that's the rub. Are we going to be all like, yeah, support charity, or yes, support smaller streamers? So
You know what? We
Support
always
charity.
do the
We
small
support-
stream.
yeah.
Today we'll do the charity because,
Yeah.
So Ash and I volunteer at PAX, and when we started doing the volunteering at PAX, the guy who runs Child's Play for PAX was also the guy who ran VR for us. And
Yeah.
so I've just got a little bit of a soft spot for Child's Play. So I really,
Like-
really just, it would mean a lot to me if we could jump across there.
So
Yeah, sounds good.
they also do things which are akin to giveaways, where basically you give like a small amount of money, like in the dollars or tens of dollars, where it's you give that much money and basically your name goes into the draw to win a thing, and
Yeah,
then
that's cool.
and then once time elapses, you might win it. So at the very least, if people watching might want to check out the kind of cool stuff they have and gifts to Child's Play because it's a really good cause.
Yeah. No, I like that. Let's do that. I vote Child's Play.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. And it's such a good charity too. So you guys check it
Yeah.
out. All right,
Absolutely.
and we shall raid now. Toodle-loop, folks.
Okay.
Toodle-boop.
See you next time.
Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.